tukawaambia nyinyi nendeni pale mfanye mambo mawili. Jambo la mwanzo, mtoe pepo huyo Kasongo kwa sababu ana pepo nyingi sana. Pili tukawaambia wachukue pesa kwa sababu lazima Kasongo anyolewe. Si kweli? Anyolewe sinyolewe.
Na kundi la waumini wa dini ya Akorino ambao hawakuhudhuria ibada iliyofanyika Ikulu hapo jana Jumapili wameonya dhidi ya imani hiyo kutumiwa kwa malengo ya kisiasa baada ya baadhi yao kuachwa nje ya mwaliko huo. Waumini hao waliofanya ibada mbadala katika uga wa General Matengwajo Kandara na kumteua msemaji mpya wamemkosoa Rais William Ruto wakimtaka kutoigawa imani hiyo kwa manufaa ya kisiasa. Msemaji huyo mpya Simon Mwaura ambaye pia ni mwakilishi wa wadi ya Ngararia na askofu amesisitiza dhamira ya kuongeza kwa misimu ya imani hiyo na kuwataka waumini waliohudhuria ibada hiyo ya Ikulu kuepuka vitendo vinavyoweza kuvuruga umoja na amani ya dhehebu hilo.
PBOs do not replace government, they reinforce it. They do not compete with communities, they empower them. And that is why the full rollout of the PBO Act is such a significant milestone. The PBO Act provides not just a framework for regulation, but a foundation for trust. Because where there is clarity, there is confidence. Where there is accountability, there is credibility.
Na mtazamaji, kufikia hapo ninatamatisha habari zetu za saa 1 jioni na kutakia usiku mwanana. Jina langu ni Dahira Ahmed.
Business news on Radio Generation.
Good evening, I am Dahira Ahmed. The number of Kenyans connected to the national electricity grid has risen to 10.2 million as of December 25th, 2025. According to the Energy and Petroleum Regulatory Authority, connections increased by 182,195 from 10.17 million recorded in November 2025. However, EPRA notes that this growth is slightly lower compared to the same period in the previous year, which saw 194,654 new connections. An Energy and Petroleum Cabinet Secretary Opiyo Wandayi has told Parliament he will not resign over the disputed 4.8 billion shillings fuel importation deal done outside the government-to-government arrangement. Appearing before the National Assembly Departmental Committee on Energy, Wandayi said he followed proper procedure and acted immediately once the irregular shipment was identified. He maintained that there is no reason for him to step down, even as investigations into the matter continue.
I must also discourage Kenyans not to engage in any mode of panic buying. It's unnecessary because, as I've said, there was enough stocks in the country. And the government of Kenya's primary responsibility is to ensure that we have got enough stocks now, tomorrow, and into the future. A responsibility that we continue to discharge meticulously as a ministry. So, in a nutshell, there's no shortage of fuel in the country. Our systems, from importation through storage and pipeline distribution to the retail network, are functioning as required. We call upon the public to remain calm and continue their normal purchasing patterns. We note with concern, indeed grave concern, reports of product hoarding and speculative withholding of stocks by some oil marketing companies in anticipation of price movements. This conduct is commercially opportunistic, contrary to the public interest, and is in direct breach of licensing obligations.
And that's all we have for our business news. For more business updates, go on to radiogeneration.co.ke. Good evening, I am Dahira Ahmed.
That's the business on Radio Generation. This week, power was tested in the corridors of leadership, economies shook under pressure, and the voices of ordinary citizens demanded to be heard. From breaking decisions in high office to protests in the streets, from moments of triumph to tragedies that stopped us in our tracks, these are the headlines that shaped our week. And beyond the noise, we search for what really matters, the connections, the context, the stories behind the stories. And this is your weekly news roundup on Radio Generation, where every headline has a heartbeat and every moment counts.
A very good evening to you. How are you doing? This is Radio Generation, the Generation Report. My name is Mangala Movie. The time right now is 12 minutes past 7 o'clock. And you might have heard, there is a new sheriff in town and perhaps other sherifflets in town as well. So allow me to introduce my guest host that are going to be helping me have this conversation this particular evening. We have none other than the one and only Hanifa Adan. Hanifa, habari ya leo?
Salama.
Nilisikia story mingi juu yako over the weekend. What happened last week? Because I understand you started some fire somewhere.
Najaribu kuzima moto mahali.
Ulikuwa unajaribu kuzima, si kuwasha.
Okay. Yeah, I was trying to.
Ama ulifanya zote? At the same time, simultaneously.
Yes.
Dahira, good evening.
Good evening, Bobby.
Nice news by the I had the bulletin, a couple of things, and some of them we're actually going to be discussing here. But like I said earlier on, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
How does it feel to be here at this particular time when all your colleagues have gone? They're probably having dinner right now. Wewe uko kazini. Ama ni live? Au kuongea mdosi ya kusikie? Nizime mic kuseme?
Baadaye niseme nyuma ya tent.
All right, ladies, let's get down to business. A couple of things have been happening, and I'm sure you've been keeping abreast of the news.
Yes.
And Hanifa, I'll start with you.
Oh.
A couple of things that we actually spoke about them before we came on to studio.
Yes.
There's that issue with Kenyatta National Hospital.
Yes.
What on earth is going on there?
Nurses have gone on strike. You know?
They have, yes.
There's a doctor online on Twitter who has been updating
Yes.
what is happening and has been happening for years in public hospital. Kenyatta National Hospital is collapsing.
Do we know the name of this doctor?
Yes, I think he's called Joe Girani, the username.
And he works at he works at Kenyatta National Hospital.
I'm not sure, but he works at a public hospital. Yes.
Okay.
I'm not sure if it's Kenyatta, but his tweets have been doing rounds on social media.
Yes.
So the nurses are on strike. Kenyatta National Hospital does not have gloves. Hainata masks.
Gloves. Gloves are very essential.
Of course, they're even reusing it, apparently, from what we've been seeing online.
From one patient to the next.
Yeah, sanitize and then use it again. Honestly, I am so heartbroken. I have spent the better part of 2 years during the protests, in and out of Kenyatta.
Yes.
I have fought with the system. Of course, I can't win against it, but I have seen the conditions.
Yeah.
The nurses and the doctors work under every single day. The system is rotten to the core.
When you were there, because you're obviously attending to people who have been hurt during the protests, yeah? What is one thing that you can pick out? You've mentioned, of course, the gloves part, but what else can you pick out and say that this one, for sure, it was a complete mess?
Honestly, the negligence of patients. And I can understand because they are understaffed. They are not being paid.
Yes.
They are overworked. And there are no basic amenities there. So you can imagine they're not even giving their best. The system is frustrating the talented doctors and nurses. The negligence I saw is on another level. And unfortunately, I had to transfer the protesters to a private hospital because their situations were dire. They were being amputated. The injuries were so severe, but they were just there unattended to. Kenyatta is a mess. The negligence is on another level, honestly. It should anger and worry all of us.
Dahira, what do you make of this particular situation? We saw what Seth Panyako said earlier on in regards to the whole issue. Now, whatever it is that they are complaining about, those are actually legitimate complaints and legitimate concerns, basically.
Yes, they are. Because most of their complaints the doctors have or their leader has made today, it's something we're also seeing on ground. Especially, I had an incident where we had a patient there some years back, and usiku akiwa pale ICU, unapata hana mtu wa kumshughulikia, hana mtu wa kumwangalia, and at the end unampata tu asubuhi labda amefariki pale. Hakuna mtu wa kumwangalia usiku. The nurses, there are very few, by the way. And I think the doctor who spoke today, he said that.
Interesting thing, I have actually taken several relatives to be treated at Kenyatta. And as much as I have witnessed that the overcrowding of the hospital, the fact that perhaps even there is a lack of 24-hour management of patients, I would say that perhaps we were lucky to have those guys go in, get treated, and actually get out, should I say, unscathed? Walitoka kama wamepona na walikuwa
Honestly, ni bahati yako nzuri.
True. Yeah. Hey, crazy times we live in. Perhaps in the same breath, a couple of things have been said by the people in the Ministry of Health. Whether they're dealing with the situation, that's a whole different story. And I guess it's one of those things we say, it's a developing story, and we shall find out about it as the day goes by. Something else that I also saw that we just want to touch on is this whole Kawata story. Kenya Women Teachers Association. Have you seen that story? Hey, what I can pick out from that entire story is what everyone is reading online. Some of it, because it was an expose done by KTN.
Yes,
they're the ones who brought this particular thing to the limelight. I saw a couple of things they said today, even on their newspaper. So apparently, this lady, I'm forgetting her full names, but she has hired several family members.
Yeah, she's called. Okay, let me just
dive into it.
Honestly, this is something I want all Kenyans to pay attention to. This is so sad, and it is very worrisome. So we have the Kawata scandal.
Yes.
So Kawata stands for the Kenya Women Teachers Association. It is a government recognized welfare body deducting 200 Kenya shillings per month from 95,000 female teachers. So that will be 19 million a month.
95,000 teachers?
Yes, 95,000 female
teachers.
Female, yeah, it is a female teacher body recognized by the government. So it deducts 200 from 95,000 female teachers.
Yes.
So wanakatwa 200 all the 95,000 female teachers.
Okay.
So every month. So that will equal to 19 million a month. And 228 a year.
Okay.
Now listen.
Shock us.
So the CEO,
yes,
Benta Oswago Opande.
All right.
Okay. Reportedly earns 250,000 to 350,000 a month. It's okay. It's a normal for CEO to earn something.
Okay.
Sawa. Sasa here comes the shocking part. The son, Dan Oswago, is also on a payroll at 200,000 a month. So the other two daughters of hers, the CEO, who are earning 150,000 and 200,000 a month. Sasa here is another. Sasa hii ndo inapandisha. You see, you can see
that is the choosing the mix.
I'm really angry, honestly. Kenya rewards criminals.
All right.
Unajua kupatikana na scandal nchi, it's like you're graduating to a higher position.
Something bigger is coming for you.
Yeah, something bigger is coming for you.
All right.
Unaona? So we have her former husband.
Right. Wait, it's an ex-husband, so they're not together.
It's saying a former husband. I think ni ex-husband. Anaitwa nani? James.
Tell me.
Onsago. Does it
James
ring a bell?
Oswago.
Yeah, Oswago. Does it ring a bell?
Former CEO of the IEBC.
Yes.
This is certain jina zinafanana. It's the same person.
Of course.
Okay.
It is him. So that guy was found was convicted of corruption cases. He was the CEO of IBC.
Yes.
So during the 2013 election, he was found with irregularities concerning the procurement of voters registration kit. So now his wife ako kipaumbele sasa, yeye ndio amekuja mbele yake na corruption nyingine. So he's listed as a consultant earning 100,000 a month.
As a consultant for Kawata now.
Yes.
Umesema Kawata iko recognized by Gava.
Yes, it is a government recognized body.
Just like we have Kupet, and we have, I think, NAT.
Yes, sasa the shida hapa inakuja kuwa the female teachers say that they are deducting it without their consent. If you watch the documentary, yes. And they even sued Kupet and TSC last year
for the
in
same.
June. Yeah, they sued them. They sued them for unauthorized deductions
for those monies.
Yes, last year. That was last year, 2025 June.
So whenever they receive a payslip, I'm not a teacher, so I don't know how their payslips look like.
Yes.
So when there's NSSF, there's pay, there's SHA, there's Kawata.
Yeah, Kawata deduction 200. So
wanataka kujifanya wako wanajua until right now.
Yeah, they're asking, ini pesa ya nini mnatukata? I did not give consent for this. Na mnatukata kwa nini? And they even sued the relevant bodies. But sai Kawata is a whole family business.
Yeah.
You know, benefiting from the backs of innocent teachers.
Where?
And was it part of the agreement when it was coming up as an organization?
And you see, that's the thing. I have so many unanswered questions as far as this scandal is concerned. I'd like to understand, because when you receive a payslip, you know everything that is being deducted. So kama wewe ni mjanja na unaelewa payslip yako, ukiona kitu ambacho uelewi, you just ask, and there's no.
Yeah, that is why they sued them
in July of last year.
Last year, June.
Okay.
They sued TSC, the Teacher Service Commission,
for making that deduction.
Yes.
Okay.
You know, but the TSC is also here. The TSC director allegedly received 100,000 in January 2024, suggesting possible regulatory capture. So apparently, TSC is allegedly.
So the
might be captured.
You said the CEO has received 100,000.
No, the TSC. Now that is the Teacher Service Commission
received
director.
100,000.
Yes.
From Kawata.
Yes. Unaona, unajua walimu wanalipwa na nini, wako under TSC.
Yes.
Unacheki.
Yes.
So TSC apparently were bribed by Kawata
with 100,000.
Maybe monthly. Well, unajua walimu.
Oh, monthly.
Yes.
But
Sasa,
still.
I know.
But still 100. I'm not saying that it should be bigger, but I'm just saying 100,000 in
why
a
so cheap and decent?
If you're gonna bribe me with a bigger amount, you know.
Honestly, I'm so hurt reading all of this.
Yeah, it is.
Teachers are already underpaid, and there's an unauthorized deduction every single month.
Yeah.
Na imekuwa family business. So walimu wanateseka, they're paying for accommodation, for fares and everything.
Na kuna watu wanapokea hizo pesa tu.
On Sango family, they benefit. And I'm sure they're not doing anything kwa your body. What is it that requires so much
much money? Yeah, true. You know what? Like I said, developing story. So we shall definitely discuss it as it arrives, even in subsequent bulletins. Our next item here for discussion is the Osotsi incident. Vihiga senator who was attacked a couple of days ago. Now, in case that particular story missed you, here's a clip. Watch it, and then let's get down to business and discuss it.
I was seated facing the main entrance to Java. So I saw a group of youth, I think there were about 15 to 20, coming in. And when they were coming in, they didn't look hostile. And they were shouting, "Senator." So in my mind, I thought these are the normal Sengwenyes in Kisumu.
All right, so there you have it. It's a clip of the senator describing his ordeal. Alisema alikuwa nadhani ni mabesti wamekuja tu kumgotea juu yeni ni celeb, or rather ni senator, akadhani ni mafans. Little did he know that he was actually being attacked. Dahira, let me start with you. Did you see that thing?
Yes, I did.
What do you make of it?
Actually, it's unacceptable, first of all. And also, all these political intolerances happening in the country, to some point, it's taking us back. It's bringing a picture of 2007, which is very wrong, and we don't want to go back there because we are heading to the main elections. That's why most of these things are happening. And sorry to say, I don't know why it's happening mostly to the opposition.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it's the government doing that, but something has it's the NCIC.
Yes, the National Cohesion and Integration Commission. Yes.
Yes. Once it's approved, I think in the few weeks to come, the president will approve that. I think they have a lot of work. They
do. They have a lot of work on their entry. You know, a lot of rumors, Hanifa, that came out from this whole situation. Oh, mara ilikuanga ni mpango wa kando, alikuanga na yeso, akatumiwa, watu wa teach a lesson. But again, even eyewitnesses say that there are some people who are saying that the people who attacked him rather were saying that, you know, why are you opposing the broad-based government, Noko ODM?
Yes.
Did you hear any of this?
Yes, I did. I was honestly really shocked.
Yeah.
A whole sitting senator is being attacked by goons. They even stepped on his head.
Yes.
They kicked his mouth.
They kicked him on the face.
Yeah.
Na wakamkanyaga uso. Unaona? So what does it tell you about the law in this country? Unaona? A whole sitting senator, sisi ordinary people tafanywa nini? Honestly, the political intolerance is getting out of hand, way out of hand.
Yeah.
We are going to see many clips as we move forward. But honestly, it is very shocking, and it should not be tolerated. And yes, we can only be left to assume it is the government, because they do not attack government rallies. Well, you know, why is it only the opposition? Even the Tukokadi initiative, they sent goons to Tukokadi initiative that was happening in Kitale. So natuambia tutoke kwa streets. Haya nini mwende mchukue kura. So when youth, you know, organize, trying to consolidate, getting people to register, mnaleta goons bado, you know. So this is why I keep telling you, it is either their way or the highway is the highway. But I saw a tweet, sorry.
Yes.
It was saying government is giving youth jobs. Niwenda utakuwa goon.
And you know, sometimes we bring in jobs.
Inakuwa a whole job.
Yeah.
Unaona?
No, my co-host in the morning, Sitimuga, anasemanga it's a growth industry. Like imefika mahali, you see the way people walikuwa na buy quail eggs at one point because quail eggs were the in thing.
Yes.
That is what now goonism has become. Like you said, inasemekana governor peana kazi, wewe ndio utaki kazi.
Yes, honestly. Now they're using a good government inapea my youth opportunity, a place to dream big na nini. The current government is offering youths with the kazi kama goons.
Yes.
It breaks me. And I would say, okay, let me just a bit to humanize this story in my way and let you know how this works. So I was born and raised in Korokocho slums.
Okay.
I go to a protest. So this guy, Jose, let's say Jose, was also born in Korokocho, was my classmate. Up until class 3-5, I'll drop out. So we meet on the streets on different sides of history.
Yeah.
Okay, I was privileged enough to get an education, to go to a university, and I'm working now. But he was denied that opportunity.
Yes.
So I need people to understand how politicians intentionally keep youths uneducated. They keep them morally, I don't know, yani it is intentional. Yeah, they're suppressing them with poverty. Ndo weke your position, the lack of education, they're making it inaccessible for them. I don't want to use my privilege, you know, of having gotten out of the slums and getting an education to judge him. You know, I know it's wrong, and I used to be so angry at them. Naonele tukishika moja wao. But it is the political elites who are misusing these guys.
These folks, yeah. But anyway, I'll ask this question after this next clip, because the PS, the principal secretary in the Ministry of Interior, that is Raymond Omolo, did make a statement in the light of all this, do I call it goonism and fighting and political intolerance? Let's listen.
For sure, there's action that is being taken, and of course, I would want to wish him well. But the point is that everyone or any leader who uses goons for criminal purposes must just be held to account. So in the case of Turkana, I know that there are cases that are in court, maybe not just on one particular case, but on a number of cases. And what we would want to do is we expect impartiality from the law enforcement agencies. At the same time, we expect the same of our judicial officers, because it is not just enough for the police to apprehend.
All right, so that is PS Raymond Omolo. He's in the Ministry of Interior, and he said what he said. But also, I don't know if you are aware, ladies, that at one point he's actually fingers have been pointing at him.
Yes. Very ironical.
And they're saying that he is sponsoring.
Yes.
Yeah, there's an accusation, Dahira, that he's sponsoring this drama.
Yes, I heard the opposition say that, and I think even CS Interior Kipchumba Murkomen also spoke about the incident, the attacks on the leaders, and for me, I can say, do we call them cover-ups? They're just coming to air out whatever is happening, because if they keep quiet, obviously the citizens will react in a different way. But if we sit down and look deeper into it, there is something these leaders are hiding. Yeah.
You said that perhaps at one point it's politicians or people in high offices that are sponsoring goons or sponsoring young people, sending them to the streets because tuseme ukweli you think wamesota.
Yes.
How comes it's not happening in other jurisdictions? Why aren't we seeing this kind of drama, for example, in the US? Yes, I know they have violence of their own kind, but you never see people pointing fingers at, say, Joe Biden. Joe Biden umetuma goons, Obama umetuma goons. You know, even in places like the UK, the Conservatives and the whatever, the Labours, you don't see people saying Keir Starmer ametuma watu wakuje kuleta chaos hapa hivi. It's either organic chaos or there's no chaos at all. Why is this an African problem?
No, I don't think anything can happen, especially goonism, without the government knowing.
Yeah.
So serikali siwe kudanganya juu nini inaendelea. Like the Raymond statement is just the same vague statements that come out every time we have such crisis. Na ni hivi tuko na kesi court, aseme ni kesi gani kokotini na ni nani ameshikwa. You're not going to believe it until he says specific, useme ni nani ameshikwa na ni kesi gani. So it is just vague statements put make up on nini wametoa ndo to try and quell the anger. Listen.
Yeah.
It is very clear. Politicians are using youths as goons. Na nimekuuliza kwa nini hawata government rallies? Kwa nini? I know they are intentionally.
Unaweza enda kuattack mali Professor Kindiki yuko. Are you okay in the head? Unaweza enda mali President yuko. The most you can do in a Professor Kindiki rally or in a Dr. William Ruto rally is just say one term. But you will not start a fight because that is a sure way. It's a certain way to meet your maker. But yeah, I mean, you're right.
Are they losing control of all of this? Kwa nini? Why do we have goons attacking people everywhere? And let me tell you, I was in protest last year and I saw police protecting goons. Goons were attacking people just here. Imagine the police were watching.
Like, you mean you saw them live? What is the clip to learn online?
I was there. I was attacked by a goon last year. He took my phone and we took it back after people came and ganged up on him. So we were attacked by goons before the public turned on them.
Yeah.
So I saw the police protecting the goons.
Okay.
So I know for sure and for a fact
it happens.
That it happened.
Yeah.
That is why the Southern Bypass attack. How long did it take the police to actually come and stop what was going on?
The one in Kikuyu?
Yes.
The one that happened on Saturday?
Yes.
As a matter of fact, we do have that clip. Again, in case you're living in a bubble, why don't you take a look at this particular clip and tell us what you think of it? Ladies, let me ask you something. Would you allow your significant other to be on the road doing this? Because I see a lot of men here, to be honest, and I'm not blaming them. I don't want to say that, wanawake wanafaa kuwa hapa ama wanawake hawafai. But I'm just asking myself, I think we need also to hold each other accountable. But anyway, that's a story for another day. Dahira, umeona watu wakikimbia na tumekuwa tukiongea juu intolerance, we're talking about goonism. But here is a multitude of young people doing something in the streets. There are those who, of course, who are in support of former DP Gachagua, but there are those who are just there to cause chaos, mayhem, and you name it all. where are we going to draw the line and start taking personal responsibility as much as we are getting that 200 or 5,000 from a mheshimiwa? Tutatake responsibility lini sisi wenyewe tuseme hata ukinipatia pesa siendi?
The moment we learn to control the moment we learn to control our, it's called what, the urge for getting that money, or to reduce this. Actually, it's the government who are supposed to intervene, because this just shows us that these unemployed youths in the country are eager to get that 200 shillings, cause hawana ni haja gani nikae kwa nyumba na kuna mahali neza rudi na 1000 jioni, unaona?
You know, there's we had a guest this morning. I'm forgetting the name. It was Joachim Simiyu. Yes, he's the Secretary General for Safina Party. Na alikuwa anasema, you know, you keep on taking this money from your mheshimiwa, whether it's 200, 500, whatever amount of money that he's giving you. Na akasema, na wewe, the moment you take that money, stop asking for roads, because munakula na yeye. And actually, it made a lot of sense, because you know, Hanifa, you run for a seat today and you give me 200 bob, then when you get into office you start recouping that money, then I wonder why Hanifa is not building roads, of which it's not your job. Why Hanifa is not, you know, helping us get water, because tulikula hiyo pesa na wewe. Actually hiyo 200 ulinipatia, hiyo ndio pesa ya maji.
Actually, I saw another interesting video of this guy saying unapewa 200, unachukua 200 to protect a police. How I say, I don't know, maybe they don't understand what it is they're getting into. And I saw a tweet again that said the politicians keep feeding this goons. They're going to turn into gangs when kama hawataendelea kuwapea pesa. Literally we're going the Haiti way.
It's true, because you have trained them.
You have trained
you have financed them. Then suddenly you're no longer there for them, and they wonder, okay, what next? What next is fellow mwananchi.
Gangs, they will be armed, going on the streets blatantly, taking away from people. That is how Haiti has started. Now wakigundua too, there's a bit of power like this that they can use to manipulate people to get money from them. And then something sinister will happen, and I'm praying it won't. Lakini I was say,
tulikuwa na, I think it's Dr. Makori from NCIC, that is the National Cohesion and Integration Commission, some few weeks ago, and he actually told us that we should expect chaos next year. Now I'd like to be part of the group that says that hapana, Wakenya bwana, we learned from 0708, but I'm also part of the team that thinks we have got to look at reality and just be honest about the situation that we are facing currently right now. That is definitely what you said is true, because the moment we are done using them politically for our own agenda, or the politicians' agenda, my friend, those guys are turning to fellow mwananchi. Because now they have the tactics, they have the weapons, maybe.
And they've tested what it feels like.
That power, let me call it power.
That bit of power. Unajua, and in ghetto, unajua kuna kwanga na ranks na ile kuwa the need to prove that you're gangster. No, wakitest na wajue there's no turning back from there. Na politicians, they box kids from the slums. Unaona, they hawajui anything else. They have no life to look forward to. So wakisikia kuna form hapa ya 200, 500, they will take it. And I'm telling you, people from the slums cannot afford your morality lecture. I promise you, your morality lecture will not change them. So if you are ever trying to solve this problem, you go to where people are, understand who they are, why they do what they do. Unacheki? I hope we truly see this. Mimi bado naona political elites ndio wao ndo the enemy number 1. Wana enable this kind of thing. Unaona, huwezi ambia msee usichukue 500 na nikenye nenda kulisha familia yake jioni. So yes, they are uneducated, unexposed intentionally. They are being stolen from and given just a bit to depend on the political elites.
Even some of the educated ones are ignorant. So they just flow with whatever is happening in the country.
You know, we shouldn't forget that whatever happened in Nazi Germany was actually done by people who went to school. All those guys that committed all those atrocities, the human trials on human beings, on the Jews or whatever, it happened it was done by professionals. We're talking about doctors. Mtu alienda shule akasoma anatomy. It was done by professors. Watu wali submit theses on various subjects. Like, we're talking about people who are authorities in various subjects. So education for me is not at your measure of
it is
your
not.
humanity or anything.
At a middle class, they bribe their way out of things.
Oh yeah.
So they only get to feel the moral superiority of a goons taking 500. Okay, I'm not comparing the two, but there's a lovely article I saw from Nigeria that I'll share with you some. But kuna venye too, man. Kuna venye. I'm not defending goons, by the way. I'm just saying we need to see the real picture here.
Yeah.
Na hawa se wanaibia mayouths wa slums.
True.
Yes.
Umesema Lady Goons nikakumbuka. Kuna watu wanatonga ni Sangwenye ama ni Sangwenye. Uko to that Luo Nyanza region. I saw a lady, man. She was dressed and you couldn't tell that she can cause chaos.
Yes.
I saw her approaching an SUV inakaa ilikuwa ya mheshimiwa fulani na ni kama walikuwa wameambiwa huyu mheshimiwa hapa asiongee, and you couldn't tell that this lady was going to cause chaos. She was well dressed. Alikuwa ametengeneza nywele yake vizuri. Alikuwa amevaa tu like a decent human being. Alifika pale ile mawe aligongeo gari. I was like, hata mimi ningekuja kwa gari yangu hata ningemfungulia kioo, madam sema. Yeah, so it's one of those situations. Let's move on to the other thing that we wanted to discuss, and this one is on the issue we witnessed during the burial of the All-Kalau MP. We saw a situation whereby our president and the former deputy president and other people like the Senator of Nyandarua, Honorable Methu, they just threw things apart, at each other. So again, in case you missed it, here we go. All right, we might be having a sound issue there. Let me see. All right, there we go.
Vijana utembea na hawa watakuweka kwa shimo. Hawa akina Ichung'wa nilikuambia wataweka kwa shimo. Mimi nilikushauri rais, nikakwambia hawa watu ya mlima hawapendi usaliti. I told you that betrayal is not forgiven among our people. You chose to listen to Kimani Ichung'wa. Sasa hii jamii imekukataa. Na nilikuwa nimekuambia. Sasa huyu Ichung'wa alikuambia atirigijia atasaulika baada ya wiki mbili. Sasa ni miaka ngapi? Mr. President, nakuomba ndugu yangu. You are my brother. I want to request you. Tafadhali, tafuta amani na hii jamii.
My brother, tafadhali tafuta amani na hii jamii. Dahira, let me ask you, what do you think about the truthful man?
Our former DP, Rigathi Gachagua, he took 28 good minutes. Akasema kila kitu yenye alikuwa anataka kusema straight to the point. Though he was trying to show some supremacy in his region though, because unaona venye alianza kusimamisha mbele ya president. I don't know if that's not supposed to happen, or it doesn't happen in most situations, but Rigathi Gachagua took the stage akasema huku ni kwangu, utaniletea nini.
He took his sweet time.
Yes.
He paraded even a choir. They sang as much as they sang off key, but I am not a judge. But alisimamisha watu hapa, kaita wabunge wenye wako under his umbrella, akasema huyu ni wa wapi, na life ikaendelea. Na president alikuwa hapo very very patient.
Very annoyed.
Was he annoyed really?
Yeah.
He was annoyed.
You could tell after his next speech, right after him.
Do you think President Ruto gets annoyed?
Of course.
Yes.
You always see him all riled up when he's speaking. My friend.
Hata alikuwa na meza mate ya uchungu.
Hiyo siku ya mazishi ya mheshimiwa.
And he was saying.
But no leader cared about what the family felt. Au bora wameongea, washasema whatever they wanted to say.
Wakatoa pesa yao. But what do you make of the specific things that they said? For example, Senator Methu said, nakuheshimu, lakini sikuogopi. DP Gachagua, former DP Gachagua akasema, look, huko tunanga shida na watu, na akambia watu, by the president akisimama mumpatie heshima yake.
Yeah, na useme one term.
Na nisitaki kusikia maneno ya one term.
So Okay.
Am
I supposed to be honest?
Be honest.
Well, this is the same thing I said when he made the speech. What I got from his speech was that calling him my good friend, you're letting Ichungwa get between us. It was like a buyback clause. Something you call a buyback. You
like
can see me,
slide in my DM.
Watch me, choose me, love me.
Really?
Yes. Jona vitu alisema, whether I was attacked by his fans.
Yeah.
But that is majority actually agreed.
Yeah.
What I got from that speech, honestly. So, huyu ni mse spend months and months in rallies insulting the president. Nini. So all of a sudden he came there, like my sister said, trying to show off his superiority there. Anasema, nyamazeni, the crowd, I need you to not say this. The crowd listens. Respect the president, he listens. Okay, you can tell my prediction was accurate because President Ruto came after and said, I do not need you to do this or do anything
I'm
at
the
all.
President, I can go anywhere.
Yeah, I can go anywhere I want and do whatever it is I want. I do not need you. So it was an accurate
prediction
description of what happened.
Yeah.
I mean, mwanatu mse anataka kurudi. Anamwambia wewe, nilikuambia hii, unacha Ichungwa ingie katikati yetu, choose me, see me, love me, take me back. Take me, I am very useful. So mimi honestly naona hizi vitu zote anafanya vipindire ni ile tu ndo ashkan ikwe
ni kama ukietana na ex wako then unakuja unaenda una lose weight
ushaiwacho alafu unataka kurudiana.
Mr. but I get your point. Yes. I get your point nonetheless. The president did respond. Do we have audio on this? Let's see.
Kazi yake kama wewe ni mtu ya kupiga nduru na kelele na kuzunguka sijui nini sarakasi, hawa wananchi si wajinga vile mnawaona. Wanajua ya kwamba huyu anafanya kazi, huyu ni wa matusi, huyu ni wa makelele, huyu hana mbele wala nyuma. Mimi sina vita, mimi naelewa nilipigiwa kura na watu wa Mlima. I understand that. Mimi si wazimu na mimi si mjinga na mimi si mlevi. I know what I'm doing. Na mimi urafiki, mimi nimetengeneza na watu wa Mlima hii. Sio urafiki ya siku 2, 3 ama 4. Na mimi naelewa mtu asiniletee vita yake alete kati yangu na watu wa Mlima. Mimi I know how to work with the people of Mlima.
Mimi I know how to work na people ya Mlima. I take back my words. Earlier on I said he doesn't get angry, but that was an angry president.
Yes.
Yeah. But his deputy did, I think, make an apology, if I'm not wrong. There are a couple of things that Professor Kindiki said. Yeah. Let's just listen to the professor.
Walitatiza kwa njia moja ama ingine shughuli hii ambao tumekuwa nayo katika muda wa kama wiki moja sasa.
All right. Ala, DP amenyamaza. Aya. Anyway, we know he went ahead and said, I mean, the professor that is, he went ahead and apologized for all the politicians that were at Mazishia, the late MP. He apologized for both the government politicians and something that has never been done before, even the opposition. What do you think the professor is trying to achieve here?
Again, the vague, typical statements we get from politicians. I know. I think it comes from ile siku walikuwa wanapigana Gachagua and Ruto when they were nasty. They were saying nasty things to each other.
They body shamed each other. Mara masio this.
So
mara
he's trying to
that.
act like the pui. Kofi Annan wao sasa and come and say, okay, maybe wameona this is a funeral and we were saying such things, blah, blah. We are used to it. Why are you apologizing?
Right.
We did not expect anything less or more from you. It is okay if funerals have turned into political rallies. We did not expect anything else from you. So, please, there's no need to apologize. That is who you are. Own it. Own it.
Do you think the professor gets angry? I think this one I can ask because I've never seen him. Umeona
Yes, you're saying mimi ni fire si fire.
Hiyo ni kuchocha watu, si kukasirika.
Anakasirika kama ngumi mbwekse hapo.
Hata ile siku aliitwa kuna soprano. Alikasirika sana. Huko wana akimjibiza. Mimi nakaa kama mtu akona, mimi nakaa kama mtu sina base.
No, he was, you know, the Sankok takes a hit at Kindiki in such a nasty manner.
I even saw him, was it yesterday over the or
he even owned them. Mimi si fire, I'm a fire.
Anajaribu kufanya kasauti ka soprano. But I don't get it. What's the problem with having a soprano though? As in on a serious note, I don't
and
see.
they like feminizing him a lot.
It's just they're just trying to show us how angry they are with each other.
Right.
So hiyo enga ndo inaongea sasa. If we were friends, obviously I will not go ahead and tell the DP uko na sauti ndogo ama uko na sauti kubwa.
I think subliminally ni kama kuita mtu mama, ni kama kuambia mtu uko na umama.
Yeah, and if being a mama actually, is a bad thing. Like I said, they always in feminizing him, you know, putting him in AI. Wanatumia AI kumfanya a woman and say
wanapatia
mama
taifa
or something, which is something I do not agree with.
Right.
Kenyan men should stop feminizing incompetence. You know, he is a man. And he's equally incompetent as a man. Stop using AI, dressing him up as a woman, and saying, "Sijui mama taifa." No, the deputy president is a man.
He's a man. So attack him as a man.
As a man.
If you're insulting him, insult him as a man.
Yeah. Even the umama thing, sijui nini. There's nothing wrong with the umama.
But
I'm a mama.
As a man, I would hiyo matusi inaweza nipata depending on the situation anyway.
Yes.
Kuna venye unaweza mbu kuna umama yenye ufeel manzejo msame ni tukana. Yeah, but anyway, the deputy president seems to be taking it quite well. Not that he's okay with it for sure. But he's like, you know,
he runs on Twitter, anakujenga Twitter. Niheshimu mimi.
Ukitaka watu wakuheshimu, wewe fanya tu kazi yako.
Wewe fanya kazi man, wacha story mingi, wacha vipindire hapo.
Mtu elishangi heshima unapeangwa.
Yes, and they're always demanding for respect. You're always demanding respect is earned.
Our last story for this particular hour is on this fuel crisis. The CS, that is Opio and I, did make appearances today. Now, again, in case that missed you, take a look.
Again, as to why 3 or so officers have resigned, as asked by Honorable Barongo, I cannot say. Yes, because I do not know why they resigned. Yes. Okay. What I know is that negotiations are going on, and I know resignation is a voluntary thing. Again, I must qualify that. When you resign, you can have your reasons, and you are free to state them or not to state them. Okay? When all is said and done, in the final analysis, clearly there is no reason to stop me from continuing to discharge my duties as Cabinet Secretary for Energy and Petroleum.
Well, he just said that he doesn't know why juniors within his ministry resigned. So we had the EPRA Director General resign. We had the pipeline company, MD, I think it is, resigned. And he says that, I don't know why they resigned. Kenyans know why they resigned. Because lisemekana they resigned after they were arrested. They were arraigned in court. They were charged rather. And then I think they stepped aside as investigations continue. Money was found in their homes to a tune of $500 million. Then he says he doesn't know.
And it went missing. They found money went missing again.
It's been over a week. Yeah. It's been over a week since this gentleman resigned. And the CS is telling us that he does not know.
And honestly, speaking, the CS hajuangi anything. When he is asked about something, even in interviews, hata kiulizwa story ya oil, nini, ako tu yani he is all vibes and inshallah.
Even today during this cross-examination by Parliament, he was asked how much fuel do we have and for how many days is it available. So when you tell Kenyans we have 113 metric tons of fuel, you've not told them anything because they do not know. They don't know this. So when you say that, does it mean that it will last us a month, a year?
He also doesn't know.
A decade? So he was asked specifically, Mwesh, wacha story mingi, hiyo mafuta ni ya siku ngapi? Akasema it is enough for several.
Wajua tu it is enough.
Akaulizwa my friend, ni siku kaka. Mpaka one of the juniors akasema mheshimiwa acha nikusaidia hapo. So we have fuel for, I think he said 14 days, and I was like 14 days is not a long time, my friend.
Yes.
A lot of things happen in 14 days. Yeah. A lot of things, people give birth and they heal from the delivery in 14 days. So you cannot tell us that we have fuel for 14 days, man. Yeah, we need concrete.
And is that facts. Not an admission of incompetence?
I honestly think it is.
It is also. If you haven't seen what is going online, we have online ghosts, aka government apologists, who have a tag and a hashtag defending the CS, and that is even a bigger admission of guilt, I think. Why are you hiring bloggers to clear your name?
Yeah.
Why? We have bloggers all over Twitter trying to sanitize him.
Yeah.
That is a bigger admission of incompetence. Honestly, CSOPO is not entirely blameless.
Yeah.
Pia aende sasa. He should resign.
Yeah. When you have people working under you, Dahira, at the end of the day, when things look bad with you, then chances are hata uko chini ni kubaya, because kungekuwa chini huku vizuri mtu angekusaidia kwambia tu boss, ukienda pale wakikuuliza mafuta ni siku ngapi, sema 2 weeks. Wakikuuliza mafuta imefika wapi, sema Strait of Hormuz. Wakikuuliza ni tankers ngapi zinakuja, waambie ziko kama 7 hivi na kuna ya 8 inakuja. But you don't get there, and then you ask questions and you're like, I can't get into details.
And how does he even not know? That's such a basic thing to know, especially if you're going in front of a panel.
For example, he was asked on the National Oil Company and, the progress and, what's happening with that company. Basically, he said, I can't get into details. I was like, bro, you have got to get into details, because we as Kenya do not know what's happening in that particular company. Yet our taxes are being used to fund the people that work there and so on and so forth. So it is only fair you tell us what is going on.
True.
Yeah. So we had that issue as far as that incident today is concerned. What are we expecting going forward? Well, we've been told that we have fuel for at least 2 weeks. We are watching that. We are also expecting EPRA to announce new fuel prices. I think it's tomorrow evening. So watu wenye wanekanga gari mafuta, tafadhali mlembo msipanic buy. Wengine tu tunahitaji mafuta.
And maybe mitungi. I saw Kenyans lining up na mitungi.
Iba jerrycans, unaona mtu amepita hapo na kibuye ilianto ende akatoa mafuta. I don't understand you people. But anyway, ladies, let's take a short break. When we return, of course, we shall be introducing our guests for the next hour. We do have former nominated Senator Gloria Orwoba, and we also do have Iala Member of Parliament, Honorable Sankok, with us. In the next hour, we shall be talking about constitutionalism and whether the 13th Parliament has delivered for Kenya. Don't go too far. We'll be right back.
Radio Generation, the home of urban soul. This week, power was tested in the corridors of leadership, economies shook under pressure, and the voices of ordinary citizens demanded to be heard. From breaking decisions in high office to protests in the streets, from moments of triumph to tragedies that stopped us in our tracks, these are the headlines that shaped our week. And beyond the noise, we search for what really matters: the connections, the context, the stories behind the stories. And this is your weekly news roundup on Radio Generation, where every headline has a heartbeat and every moment counts. When leaders speak, can you listen?
The system or the intelligence, they are very clever. You can be balanced in one way or the other without knowing they are balancing you.
And every morning they speak here on the People's Breakfast.
It cannot be that we will only be the leaders of this revolution when we come to the media stations. But then when people die, we do not say that we are the ones who sent them there.
Don't miss the People's Breakfast tomorrow morning on Radio Generation 88.8 Nairobi. This week, power was tested in the corridors of leadership. Economies shook under pressure, and the voices of ordinary citizens demanded to be heard. From breaking decisions in high office to protests in the streets, from moments of triumph to tragedies that stopped us in our tracks. The connections, the context, the stories behind the stories. Introducing Patricia Wayoa, and this is your weekly news roundup on Radio Generation, where every headline has a heartbeat and every moment counts.
A very good, I almost said good morning, A very good evening to you. I'm used to being here in the morning, Nimbaka ikitu inaingia kwa system bado. But good evening. My name is Mungala Mbuvi. This is Generation Report. It's your weekly news roundup, checking what has been happening in the last couple of days up until today. Of course, a lot has happened. In the first hour, we did recap on some of the things. For example, the goonism, the political intolerance that is going around the country and also being displayed by various politicians. But in studio in this particular hour, we want to talk about constitutionalism. Hey, your word, constitutionalism, and specifically focusing on whether Parliament has delivered for Kenyans. What has been happening since they took office in 2022, since they were sworn in? Have they done anything? That is the question that we are contending today. Hanifa, what do you think about the 13th Parliament as it is constituted right now? Would you say there's anything they have done that you can say, kwa hiyo yote, kwa zile vitu zote mmefanya mbaya, hii moja nimewapatia tik?
Am I allowed to be honest?
We are the home of hard truths and bold insights.
Honestly,
yes.
The Parliament of Kenya has let down the people of Kenya in ways we can't even describe. There's absolutely nothing that they are doing.
Are you sure?
Yes. Every bill, everything from top to bottom, it's about repression.
Yeah.
They do not represent the people.
Right.
Bill yote yenye inakuja Parliament, it's about, either to repress people or, I don't know, it's like the enemy of the people. The biggest enemy of the people.
All right.
Yes.
We shall be checking that statement right now. With us in studio is Honorable David Sankok. He is a member of Parliament with Yala, or is it at Yala? Mheshimiwa, good morning and welcome back to Radio Generation.
It's actually good evening.
Good evening.
And thank you very much.
I keep on saying morning.
Why did they bring you from the morning show to the evening show?
I'm actually doing
He's so good.
But you can bring a man out of the village, but the village in him. So the morning in you is still remaining.
Yes.
Mheshimiwa, I'm actually still doing the morning show. Yeah.
I'm always fine.
Yes.
Always.
Karibu sana.
Asante.
Aya. Mheshimiwa, Gloria, how are you doing? Good evening. Karibu nikwambie.
Good evening. I am well.
Yes.
I'm in good health.
Yes.
I'm alive. And I'm happy.
Good for you.
Yeah.
But clearly, not everyone is happy with this Parliament. A lot of Kenyans have got this sentiment that perhaps nothing much has been done. And I don't know if you share the same, considering you were just there a couple of months ago.
Oh, actually, it's been 11 months. I'm about to clock a year. I'm going to do an anniversary for that very traumatic experience. I think, to be honest, it is not that the legislators are not doing anything. It is that those in charge of pushing out the businesses of both houses, the National Assembly and the Senate, have decided that they're just going to be an annex of State House. So you find very, very important bills, very impactful bills that are for the people. I have sat in Senate where we have had personal members' bills that are about the people and for the people. But they either never make it to the order paper, or when they make it to the order paper, they are dragged out. I had the sanitary pads bill that was dragged out for over a year just to get to the third reading.
Why? What usually happens? Like when you present a bill, what's the procedure?
I feel like I need a show, but then you guys need to give me a show where I come and sensitize many people, including presenters, on how Parliament works. And when you hear people saying that Parliament has been captured, they're right. Because you can have all the important business of the House that the people have sent you. The people who you are representing have sent you to go and and legislative oversight. But as long as the Speaker of the House is biased, as long as the majority leaders and the minority leader have been bought, as long as the clerks of both the National Assembly and the Senate are now directly reporting to State House, well, they're only going to push the business of the president. And that's actually what's happening. So in a sense, Parliament is really not working. But the legislators, not all of them are not working. Some are really frustrated, some have given up. By the time I left, most were saying, you know what, wacha tukae kwa ground, tufanye vitu za ground. Some have resorted to just basically clocking in, putting in their cards and clocking out to earn their salary. But not all of them do that out of laziness. Some of them, it is really just out of frustration.
I have a question.
Sure.
I have a question for her. You said you presented the sanitary pads bill, but you supported the finance bill 2024. Is that not contradictory? Because the finance bill 2024 was meant to overtax such basic amenities that are actually affecting women who cannot afford pad. So
thank you, Hanifa. I've been
that?
waiting for this moment. This is one of the reasons I took this show with you, because I know that you were one of the people who really went out, for me, if you ask me, sending misinformation about the sanitary pads bill.
Okay, what
let me clarify, because
I do not spread misinformation. I never use my platform for misinformation.
Well, I have a screenshot of some of the things that you're saying that were non-factual. The sanitary pads bill is actually there to ensure that we give free sanitary pads to all schools, all public schools, all public institutions, including prisons where there are women, colleges, and even to an extent we were looking into the the homes. And in that bill, there is nothing to do with taxing. In fact, what we are talking about is decentralizing the money that is now being given to the women reps, which before was given to the Ministry of Education, to be decentralized such that the decisions are not made in Nairobi about how to buy the sanitary pads, what kind of pads to buy, or what kind of menstrual hygiene products, because in most areas they are actually using reusable. So if you read the bill and understood it, it is actually trying to take away the powers from people who understand nothing to do with menstruation and pads, down to the grassroots, to the communities that are dealing with the issue of period poverty. Now, in the paradox of what you're saying, was forefront, and thankfully Mheshimiwa is here. So if I'm saying anything wrong, because he was in all the parliamentary group meetings, he was in State House when I stood up and I asked so many pertinent questions you can ask him. And I was on the forefront. I actually made a lot of enemies in terms of the thought of introducing any taxes to local manufacturers. Hanifa, there are two things happening.
You supported the bill.
No, I never supported. You
supported
Hanifa,
the finance bill 2024.
Hanifa, number one, this idea of if you say it many times, it becomes true, doesn't exist. I never supported the finance bill at all. Show me a place where I said I've supported the finance bill. I have been forefront in sanitary pads bill, and I have been forefront in ensuring that we end period poverty. Hanifa, let me explain to you something that I've been really meaning to on a one-on-one. Period poverty is anchored on poverty. The fact that women, girls, parents, households cannot afford. There are two issues here. You have those people who are importing sanitary pads from China, from India, from all these places. They're getting them for absolutely, let's say, throwaway price. We have a piece of policy where it says all taxes, including importation tax of all menstrual hygiene products, are out, right? They introduced a levy for what did they call that levy for if you are using plastics? What did they call it? Eco tax something. If you're using plastics that can be disposed, yes, they introduced it. Sankok is sitting here. The moment it hit the table, and we asked the MP for Molo, is this thing going to affect sanitary pads, diapers, and just the menstrual hygiene, including medical equipment? That is where our fight began.
You're having a
yes. And by the way, Citizen TV and all other media houses were there when I tabled my paper saying to the finance committee, telling them that you can do the eco levy with those people you want to do, don't touch the sanitary towels, don't touch the menstrual hygiene products. To some extent, don't touch what we call menstrual cups, which are actually classified as medical equipment and not menstrual hygiene products. Now, I need you to understand something. The guys who were given the tenders to go and bring in the sanitary pads for the budget that is in government, all of them went to China. All of them went to China to import sanitary pads from China.
Okay.
They came with an argument that there's no local manufacturer. And I remember during Gen Z, I was the one that released the list of 12 local manufacturers.
I have proof here that you supported the bill.
Tell me.
It's actually on the parliament website. Senator Gloria Orwoba supported the bill.
Oh, so proof, someone puts it up and then they say I support the bill.
Would they actually lie?
Yes, they would. Number one, yes, because number one, I'm a senator, Hanifa. I don't vote. I'm nominated.
Okay,
I don't vote in any house.
You supported the bill.
You have to give proof of how I supported
and I give you the proof. Are you saying the Parliament of Kenya is lying?
Hanifa, Parliament of Kenya kicked me out on the basis that I blew the whistle. What do you think? That page is controlled by Clark Nyegenye.
Okay,
what do you think?
Perhaps
no.
If I rephrase the question to this way,
no. Let's don't move away from this. Let's Hanifa.
I'm actually still on the point.
Let Hanifa tell me if today Radio Generation says that Hanifa has turned to become a Christian. She's no longer Muslim.
Yeah.
Then I come and tell you, Hanifa, Radio Generation said you are a Christian, and you tell me, but I am a Muslim.
So
because what you're telling me is that the proof that you have is that someone said I supported you know how you support a bill?
Where do we get credible
information? Do you know how you support a bill?
The Parliament of Kenya is apparently
that's a question you can ask the clerk of the Senate. Do you know how you support a bill? You support a bill by standing at the floor of the House and supporting it. You support a bill by voting for it. You support a bill by pronouncing and declaring I support a bill. Sankok will tell you how I fought in State House with the president, with all those people who are trying to put taxes. So what I do not like, and I actually am glad I've put it here, I don't like the misinformation. I am sitting here. That is misinformation.
Parliament of Kenya website.
Parliament of Kenya website guides, or did they put a vote that I put in?
Muhesh, you have referred to Honorable Sankok.
No, I would like to see the Parliament of Kenya. Yeah? Because you can't just read for me the Parliament of Kenya has said. The Parliament of Kenya is the same Parliament of Kenya that has actually denied me access, yet the courts have put me back. It's the same Parliament of Kenya that is having an illegal rogue person sitting in office.
So you did not.
So if you're going to put the basis of because Parliament of Kenya said, who is Parliament of Kenya? That is Jeremiah Nyegenye. Everybody knows he's fighting me. How many things has he also put on the Parliament of Kenya website about me that are false? Many. So give me proof of what I said. Give me proof of where I voted.
Okay, but so don't basically she's saying the Parliament of Kenya website lies.
She has said that she doesn't take that as the gospel.
It is not an indicator.
Mheshimiwa amekutaja mara kadhaa akisema you can support ABCD. Can you support
I don't want to be drawn into their conversation.
And by the way, I do.
Just ask me the questions you intended to ask me.
Yes, I will ask you. I will ask you. And basically, we are talking about number one, does the Parliament of Kenya lie? Because there's a situation hereby that has been brought up here.
What question did you organize that you will ask me as Sankok?
Okay, I'll ask you as Honorable.
Because I had the question that you had asked.
Yes.
About
Parliament.
13th
Parliament.
Yes.
Delivering.
Yeah.
The website is also part of it, yeah.
I will ask that question, Muhesh.
Just ask the same question.
Muhesh, I'm asking, can we believe what the Parliament of Kenya, considering that you've worked there, on the website, can we get credible information from the website? Not necessarily this one that they're arguing about.
The Parliament of Kenya have a Hansard. And in the Hansard, every speech of every individual member have been recorded.
Okay.
And absolutely they are 100% credible.
Yes,
and
there
I have
you go.
worked
there you go.
myself.
No, it's okay. Let me conclude, Hanifa. You've not been to Parliament, so I've even opened the link.
Ladies, one person at a time.
I've actually opened the link.
Yeah, please read.
We'll get back to that in a minute. Please, Mheshimiwa, just hold on. Tutarudi topa ni Hanifa kidogo. Mheshimiwa amesema Hansard iko na Hansard ndio msema kweli.
Na a Hansard is everything that you have said on the floor of the House.
Okay.
And is 100% credible. If
There
you
you
go
go.
to the website, to the Hansard of the 12th Parliament, because I was there in the 12th Parliament.
Yes.
I was the most active member of Parliament, coming before the Speaker and leaving after the Speaker.
Okay.
And for 3 consecutive years, I was recorded as the most active.
Has the 13th Parliament delivered for Kenyans?
Now there you go.
Yes.
My brother, you have asked me a question that I may not be able to answer at this particular time. Because I'm no longer in the 13th Parliament. I was in 12th Parliament representing persons with disabilities.
Yes.
Currently, the representative of persons with disability whom you can ask if they have delivered on their mandate is Honorable Kipchumba Harold and Honorable Bishop Koskei. They're the 2 who are representing persons with disability. They can also summon the chairperson of persons with disability, who is Elizabeth Jasang. Those are the 3 people now who are on top in terms of representation of persons with disability. But in the 12th Parliament and before that, I can tell you we delivered on our mandate, because a mandate is individual. If I'm a representative of person with disability, you can't ask me if I have delivered on the roads of Kenya. You will ask me if I have delivered on representation of that constituency that I represent person with disability. Person with disability, as you are aware, they don't pay taxes in Kenya, courtesy of my advocacy.
When you were there in the 12th Parliament?
They import vehicle duty free. They access government procurement opportunity through AGPO. They also import vehicle duty free. There is also the Kenya Sign Language, which I don't see even in your broadcast. That is compulsory in every news bulletin. The Kenya Sign Language is the 3rd official language in Kenya. So to me, in the 12th Parliament, I had made sure that I have delivered on my mandate. Now I'm in the 5th IALA. The 5th
IALA,
East Africa Legislative Assembly. And I can say that one is delivering on its mandate. It is not state captured. I'm not saying anywhere is state captured.
Yes.
In the East Africa Legislative Assembly, we have already admitted a further 3 countries, Democratic Republic of Congo, Republic of South Sudan, and the Federal Republic of Somalia. So we have expanded. In the 5th Parliament, that is IALA, East Africa Legislative Assembly, personally, I have the Blue Economy Bill, which was passed so that we can take advantage of the 38 freshwater lakes that are within the East African community. We can take advantage of the 6,500 kilometers of coastline that East African community is blessed with as an economic bloc. I have also brought the bill on the use of single currency or the use of our local currency in any transaction between these 8 partner states, so that...
You mean the Kenyan shilling?
No. Local currencies. That is the Kenyan shillings.
Oh, Tanzania. And,
Tanzania.
Okay. All right,
that
all
when
right.
you do business as a Kenyan with a Ugandan, you don't have to convert your Kenyan shillings into dollars first at a fee. And then once you are in Uganda, you convert the dollars into Uganda shilling at a fee because it will become very expensive. So as a precursor of a single currency of the East Africa, which will be called the African Pesa, had brought a bill that any business between these 8 member states should be using local currency. The Uganda businessman that you are doing business with can either accept the Uganda shillings or the Kenya shillings, but not force you to change into the dollars, the United States dollars. As you are aware that today, even if you go around Nairobi, you will get hotels whose price is based on
in dollars.
In dollars. Yet if you go to New York, you'll never get a hotel price in Kenya shillings. So we want either price in local currency, either the Kenyan currency. If you don't trust in your Kenyan currency, you can use the South Sudan pounds, you can use the Tanzanian shillings, you can use the Rwandan franc.
The reason why I was asking you about the 13th Parliament, as much as you're not there, you are in the 12th, is because there are several things that have been in contention, and one of the biggest one is the one the entire world knows, and of course it is the finance bill of 2024. And it is actually part of the conversation that we're having with Senator Orwoba here. If you compare what your parliament did, which I might not be able to remember everything, and then we compare with what our current parliament is doing, and the number of cases that are in court because of some of the legislation that has already been passed and so on and so forth, if you compare that to your time, there's obviously a very huge disparity. So in that particular case, Kenyans, at least those that we have spoken with, are of the opinion that this parliament has not delivered. Number two, it has been captured. There's a lot of influence from the executive, and the judiciary perhaps is not doing much about some of the not corruption, but the rot that is in that particular space. I do not know what you think about that particular statement.
Also, if parliament acts after pressure and not before a crisis, do you think 2024 would have been prevented if the parliament actually listened to the people and represented them well? We had thousands of people outside parliament telling them, vote no to the bill. So if they do not listen to the people that they represent, who exactly do they listen to?
So
Why do they
for clarity,
act after?
For clarity, because I've read through the link that
I think we had asked him a question. We can come back to that. I promise. Okay. So let him answer the question first.
It's a very difficult question.
No, it's not, Mheshimiwa.
And the only thing that I can say,
yes,
picking from the case of Senator here, I think the court ruled to some direction to her favor. But unfortunately, I don't know where it lies. And we had the same cases when it came to the 12th Parliament of the 4 senators, including Omanga and Maura, Falahada and others. And I think when the case was ruled in court, it was respected. So I don't know how far this one of Senator Orwoba is, but I don't. But coming to your question,
I won the case though.
Coming to your question, allow me first.
No, I'm just saying, you said you don't know how far, so I'm just telling you that I won the case. So I'm just informing you.
But sometimes when somebody is talking, just allow, and then you'll be given, because when you are talking here,
okay, Mheshimiwa, I was just informing you.
I will ask for information if I need. When it comes to the issue of the finance bill, what happened in 2024, sincerely, I don't have much to say.
Yes. You should.
But only to say that the voice of the people is the voice of God.
Yes.
During the fight for independence across Africa, I'm quite sure the colonizers had sophisticated weapons more than our Mau fighters, Maji fighters, and the rest. But they actually listen to the voice of the people because it's the voice of God. I know Moi was very powerful. When it came to the repeal of Section 2A, it was not Matiba who forced him. It was actually the voice of the people, because the voice of the people is the voice of God. I remember also Moi had his project, Uhuru Kenyatta. And despite the fact that he had all the powers under the old constitution, he actually listened to the voice of the people and walked to Uhuru Park, even after being thrown rotten eggs, but decided to listen to the voice of the people because of the voice of God. It is not Kibaki. Kibaki was on a wheelchair, and he was sacked while he was not even a person with disability when he was vice president. So Moi knew how to deal with Kibaki. But he actually listened to the voice of the people. When it came to also Uhuru Kenyatta, the issue of the repeat election, it was all about the voice of the people. Even Uhuru Kenyatta, his project was Raila Odinga. I was in Tangatanga. We defeated him. And it is not about Ruto. He had already taken over the powers of Ruto and given it to Matiang'i. He only listened to the voice of the people, because the voice of the people is the voice of God. So I ask my colleagues, members of parliament, that whenever there is a situation like that one, let us not be retroactive. let us be proactive and listen to the voice of the people, because it is the voice of God. That situation would have been avoided if the voice of the people was listened, despite the fact that the people may not have been correct. It may be the members of parliament who are correct, but the finance bill is for the people of Kenya. And if the people of Kenya say, yes, that thing is good, I don't want. If today you tell me, here, nyama choma, and I tell you, I don't want, you can't force down my throat. Yeah, nyama choma may be good, but if I say I don't want. So if Kenyans said they don't want the finance bill,
that's it.
Let us listen to the voice. It is theirs.
Yes.
Not
their interest, that of the state.
And lastly, so that I can sum up.
Okay.
Is that on the finance bill, I have heard you talking about the sanitary towels, the car circulation tax, you know, that was the contentious issues on the finance bill.
One of them.
And the change of user in terms of leasehold to freehold, from freehold to leasehold. And actually, you know, those are things that were necessary. One, when we say importation of sanitary towels should be taxed, so that we can have
local production.
Increase the local production. Again, prevent us from chemical, biological warfare. Because if today those who sell us sanitary towels decide to contaminate them with a product that can sterilize all our women, they only need 1 month, and all our women will never give birth in Kenya. So to protect us from there was reason for it. But you know, we were just stamping instead of explaining to the citizen. The car circulation tax, I may be owning around 10 cars. I destroy our roads more than that guy with a boda, that guy who uses the matatu. Because my wife get out with a car, my child get out with driving their own car. I have drivers who drive cars. I have lorries. There is even a friend of mine who have 1,200 lorries. You can imagine those trailers, how much they can damage our road. And we use the taxes from bread to repair our roads. Why don't we have car circulation tax, so that if you destroy the road more, you pay more, because your cars are circulating more and they are destroying,
as opposed to someone else.
And then again, if you decide that your land, which is 50 acres, you have decided to subdivide into plots, into 50 by 100 plots, that is approximately 350 plots times 20 people each, that is 7,000 people will require services from the government. So if you decide that your freehold land should change into plots, then you go to leasehold, so that you can pay taxes to the government, so that those people you have brought, which are 7,000 people living in your 350 plots of 50 acres, can pay taxes, so that the bread they eat, those papers can be collected. The sewage, you know, flushing toilets from 350 plots, that sewage must be moved to where it goes, you know. So for you to get all those social amenities, drainage and water, you need, because if it is 50 acres that is not subdivided into plots, you make for your own road, you know how to destroy your own waste, you know how to maybe probably have a pit latrine or a septic tank for your own
basically utajipanga.
So basically utajipanga, lakini hii ingine unaongoja serikali ikupange, lakini wewe unataka ukue kama ule mtu mwenye ako na shamba ambao ni freehold na haja gawa na hajaleta watu 7,000 living in one area.
Maybe ni venye kuelezewe hivyo, lakini you had a question?
Yeah, I'm saying
on the same issue.
Yes. Just kidogo tu.
Okay.
We had people translating the bill into different languages on TikTok. Does it not show that they actually understood what was going on in the bill and said a blatant no?
That's why I have told you. The finance bill, I've given you just a snapshot of what leaders of that time who are sitting in the National Assembly and in the Senate will have done to make people to convince, because it is Kenyans, it is them to accept. But I have told you, even if it is good, the way I understand myself, if they say no,
then it is
I will listen to the voice of the people, because it is the voice of God. Whether it is good or bad, I explain to them. If they reject, I also reject.
Yes, that's okay.
Senator, there's something you are confirming with Hanifa, and
no, I want to put this matter to rest
because
it's unfortunate that I always have to be dragged down this rabbit hole. So that we can start from where she started. I wanted to read the bill that I supported according to the Parliament of Kenya. If you can just read the headline of the bill that I supported from the link that you have. It's so that we can be so that we can be on the same page, because I also don't want it to be that I'm
She's reading the
the whole PDF.
Just read what the bill is. No, read the bill, what the bill is. Just read it. There's a heading. There's a heading.
The heading of that bill that she supported?
Yeah, because she says I supported the finance bill and it's in the Parliament of Kenya.
I just showed you.
But read it. I'm okay. I'm just saying.
Parliament of Kenya website.
Yeah, that's Parliament of Kenya website.
Credible.
Yeah, it's credible. Read it. Read the
but you
line.
said it's not credible.
No, okay.
You have said it's not
would
credible.
you like? Maybe we can.
So does it depend
she
on
wants me
your
to substantiate.
What bill was she reading?
I want
she
her
said
to
it's
read.
not credible.
No,
it's saying it's
okay.
credible again.
Whether it's not credible or credible, I want you to read it. Just read the heading of it, because that's the proof you brought. Just read it.
Do you have a fire extinguisher like in Jeff?
No, because you see, it's very unfair. I feel it's very unfair. It's very unfair every time to have to deal with fake news. But she has the heading.
Right.
She has the heading there, and I want her to read it so that
Which
I can
bill
explain.
was it, Mheshimiwa?
That's what I want her to read, because she has the
whole
proof.
document here.
Not the document.
Line that
Just
said
read the line.
that she supported the finance bill.
What's the name of the bill?
2024.
Just read the name of the bill. There's no rocket science there.
Inakwanga imeandikwa wapi?
No, hata ile
Sasa it's a whole document
nilifungua.
that says she supported it.
No, but just read whatever is in the document.
It says the speaker conveyed the following messages from the National Assembly.
No, that's not what she opened.
And then,
that is not
okay. What you opened
passage
is
of the
Senator
National Assembly.
Orwoba. No, I'm not in the National Assembly.
That is what I opened.
She opened Senator Orwoba supports the division of revenue bill.
Okay, so it's the
she opened that Senator Orwoba. Just read it. Why can't she read it?
Okay, guys, can I get
because I want her to read it so that I can substantiate it. So suddenly she can't find it.
Hanifa, do you have it there?
Here it is. Can you just read the first line?
Yeah, the first line.
Inasema, Senators Gloria Orwoba supported the bill because it forces leaders to stop encouraging the spirit of dependency.
So open the bill.
Focus.
That is the finance bill.
No. It's not. Just open it.
Allocation.
Don't argue.
Okay, it's allocation of revenue bill.
Division. Allocation of revenue bill. Division of revenue bill. We have two bills. You know, the Senate does not discuss the finance bill.
Okay.
And this is what I want to put the matter to rest and educate Hanifa and maybe anyone else who is. We have something called the allocation of revenue bill. The annual division of revenue bill. Before you can even go to National Assembly to discuss the finance bill, there's first of all money that is collected in general.
Okay.
When that money is collected, it has the Senate has to sit down and decide what percentage of that money goes to the county assembly. That is the bill I supported, because there is a bill that was tabled at the floor of the House, and the county assemblies were asking for 415 billion Kenya shillings from the big kitty, and it was brought down to 387 billion Kenya shillings. I supported that bill on the basis that a lot of counties are increasing the division of revenue. By the way, just so I can educate Hanifa and anyone else who cares, when you have a division of revenue bill, it is before you even go to talk about what the executive and the cabinet and the other monies that go into the National Assembly.
Yes.
Basically, if you have 3 trillion, the division of revenue bill decides what percentage of it goes to the county assemblies. The Senate's whole mandate is to protect devolution. That is why it is the Senate that gets to debate what percentage of the national kitty goes to the county assembly. What I was supporting, and I have to make it clear.
Allocation of
but what happened
bill.
to between you and Edgar?
Well, no, excuse me. How are we moving? No. Let me clarify. I'm sorry. I will not. I will not. Can I finish this?
He was arrested
just
because of the same thing.
No.
I'm just doing a follow-up.
Hanifa, I'm not done with the finance bill that I allegedly supported. So you have to first of all swallow this, that I did not support the finance bill.
So
I supported the division of revenue bill before we go there, because we are going to go there, because I see that you are so determined to slander me, and you owe me an apology.
I'm not slandering you.
I supported it because when they're asking for 415 billion, we have seen, especially the marginalized communities that keep asking for more and more money. We keep asking at the Senate, what is happening to the own source revenue? Those counties are taxing on their lower level so much, and we are like, what are you doing with those monies? So when they brought a proposal to reduce it from 415 billion to 387 billion, I supported it in the sense that we have to see what the counties are doing before they come to ask for more money. That is the role of a senator. That is what we discuss. And the difference between the division of revenue bill and the finance bill. One, the division of revenue bill will never be debated in the National Assembly. It's debated in the Senate. And the finance bill is debated in the National Assembly. Two, the division of revenue bill simply says from 3 trillion, counties get X amount of money, and the National Kitty gets this much. And three, the only place where taxes are discussed is the finance bill that happens in the National Assembly. So can we put that matter to rest?
To be very clear, you did not support the finance bill?
Yes, but can we put that matter to rest?
No,
because
but why was Edgar arrested?
I want you to ask that question correctly.
Before I took this show, I spoke to the producer. And I told the producer 2 things. I will be true to my word. Where I go wrong, I say I go wrong. But I also want, nobody is above this truth. Yeah? Because this is something that Hanifa and many people have tried to slander me with. And I have been true to my word, right?
I slandered you.
No, I've been true to my word. She's not even letting me finish to explain because she wants to go to the next thing that she wants to slander me with. Secondly, I demanded that when I sit here, when I clarify the things that I need to clarify of the finance, because that's where she spoke a lot on my matter. She owes me a damn apology.
I don't know
because she doesn't even know the difference between a division of revenue bill and a finance bill. Yet you want to interrogate me on things that you have no clue about. So you owe me an apology for actually pushing fake news that I have supported.
I asked you what happened between you.
No, she has to give me. That was what the producer. That is what the producer promised me. So we must get to a point where everybody owns up to their thing.
No, I'm not owning up to anything. Senator, she's not answering what happened between her
so
and
first
Edgar.
of all, has she agreed?
We're going to the next topic. With anything.
We're going to the next topic.
Okay, ladies.
No,
did I or did I not support
you
the finance
and
bill?
Edgar? What happened between
you? No, why don't? Did I? You owe me an apology, and the producer.
The same question you're asking.
You talked about the
same question you're asking.
I will come there. I will educate Hanifa.
No, you're not educating me on anything.
Ladies, it's not a fight, really. It's really. Hold on. It's really not a fight. We are just establishing facts.
No, you should ask her what happened between you and Edgar.
Hanifa. Hold on. She has said she did not support the finance bill unless there's an alternative fact that you have that you don't know.
She has for years pushed that narrative.
Yeah. So
she has for years pushed that narrative.
She has said she did not support.
Do I get an apology for that?
You're not getting any apology.
Mheshimiwa.
Because I didn't slander you anyway.
That was the deal. I'm sorry, but that was the deal. I'm true to my word. But if you're going to sit and interview someone, you also better be true to your word.
All right.
Yeah. That's that.
Respect.
Yeah.
All right. So Senator Orwoba has left. Nothing much we can do about that. But thank you, Mheshimiwa, for making time nonetheless. Honorable David Sankok, still on matters to do with delivery. You said that there are certain things that you delivered while you were working for the 12th Parliament, when you were serving Kenyans, rather, in the 12th Parliament.
Representing person with disability?
Yes.
Not Narok.
But you were serving Kenyans.
I was representing person with disability in the whole country.
Right.
And as well as serving Kenyans. And every bill that came to the floor of the House in the 12th Parliament had cross-cutting issues because, person with disability are everywhere. I may not be a member of parliament of constituency in Turkana, but definitely there are persons with disability in Turkana whom I represent. It may be a bill about roads, and persons with disability will need the same roads. They need the same education. So every now and then, and that is why I was rated as the most active, because I had to speak in every bill, because we have in the United Nations Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disability a statement that is very clear that nothing about us without us. So when there is issues of education, I have to come in. And actually it is me who changed the narrative of special schools versus integrated schools. I advocated in every education bill or motions or statements on the issue of integrated system of education for persons with disability. Because I find it awkward that we take persons with disability simply because they are on crutches like myself or on wheelchairs to a specific school. And learning is about the brain. Now you have segregated us not on the basis of brain, but on the basis of legs, hands, and so on. And if you succeed in getting special school for us, if I become number one in a special school, I'll just know that I'm number one among the rejected. It will not uplift my self-esteem at all. But if I become number one in a school where there are people who are not with disabilities, if today we were together in the same class with Hanifa and I see her smiling, and then fortunately for me or unfortunately for her, she become the last in that class and I become the first in that class, I will tell myself, Hanifa may be very able while we are running on the field or playing rugby, but when it comes to class, because I was number one, I am also very able in class. So we are all disabled, only that she's disabled in class and I'm disabled on the field. And that will uplift the self-esteem of person with disability. I also advocated for that because if you manage to get a special primary school and probably get a special school that is secondary school, will you really get a special university for person with disabilities? Will you get a special workplace?
There's really no categorization like that, especially in tertiary institutions.
Yes. So at the end of the day, these people will come and live together. The earlier as children, the better. I went through a lot of stigma. I walk in the streets because persons with disability were hidden. They were in our own special school. When I come out and walk in streets or walk in the village, even some children can come mimic me, my walking style, how I'm walking. And I may not talk, but I'm also a human being with human feelings. Even if I'm disabled, I still have that human feeling. I still have my self-esteem being lowered. But the moment we interact earlier in life, there will be nothing peculiar about a person on a wheelchair if you are in school, primary school, with a person on a wheelchair. I have friends whom we were together in Kericho High School, and they used to know that I may not be able to carry buckets of water. So once I sit down, they help me carry. But when I sit down, they bring the cloth. I wash my clothes and their clothes. So to compensate. And then we have that symbiotic kind of relationship. Now the problem is that they used to bring all the cloth. And all.
Zote mpaka zile za But still on the issue of and there's something you mentioned, of course I was going to ask it anyway, on the issue of the allegations of parliament having been captured and being an extension of the executive. Are those allegations that disturb you?
If it is true, then it disturbs me. But for now, since I'm not there, and most of the time I'm outside the country. No, let's speak the truth. My workplace,
everything they're doing.
My workplace, is in Arusha. That is my workstation. My office is in Arusha. So most of the time, I'm either in Arusha. I am in Kenya, just the way I could be in Uganda or Republic of Somalia, Federal Republic of Somalia. I am just there as a visitor in Kenya. What is happening in Kenya, I am asked the same way I've been asked what happened in the election of the United Republic of Tanzania, what happened with the election of Uganda. So I'm a visitor. So if the allegations are true, that the parliament is captured, if it is true, then we will be worried as Kenyans. We have all the reason to worry because the drafters of our constitution were very clear. There are three arms of government which may be interdependent but must be independent. There is a judiciary that is supposed to interpret all our laws. There is parliament that is supposed to make all the laws that State House may like or may not like. And then there is the executive, which is supposed to implement the laws. In between, those who set the budget, because even if they implement, then there is a budget allocation that is allocated from Parliament. If they don't follow the law, then it will be interpreted by the judiciary.
Yes.
So if any of these arm is captured, if Parliament capture executive,
right,
then I'm worried. If executive capture judiciary, then I have all the reason to worry. So if your allegations are true, if they are true, then I'm a worried man.
You see, like,
what would it mean, to show that a parliament is state captured? I think all the signs have been there, especially the kind of things going on. If the parliament does not represent its people, which we have seen very well for the past 2 years, it does not work for the people. Who exactly is it working for? Does it not mean that it is state captured?
I have been in the United Republic of Tanzania for most of my time now, the last 3 years. And there is no capture. In East African Economic Bloc, which is like a country, we have the legislative arm, which is IALA. We have the judicial arm, which is the East African Court of Justice. And we have the executive arm, which is the head of state summit. None of it is captured. Yes, we respect the heads of state summit with their council of ministers. They do their thing that we have passed in parliament. And East African Court of Justice, it also delivered on its mandate. Whenever we have any problem, we rush to it, and none of it is captured. So if you may ask me those ones, because if I was here,
like what does a state captured parliament look like?
Because 12 parliament was not captured, it must be another amorphous ghost that I may not describe.
Or it wasn't captured as much.
Even this one, I'm not sure if it is captured. But if it is captured, we are worried. Yes.
But
that is what I asked. Like, what nini inaonyesha parliament is not state captured, and what would show that it is state captured? Is it not the fact that they are failing in their representative roles?
I think probably during the finance bill,
good.
I was a bit worried. All of a sudden it was voted yes. Then all of a sudden we are all in State House. It is said that
exactly
let us
my point.
forget
Parliament
about it,
acts after
and then
pressure.
We clap.
Yes.
Anyway,
but something
I'm
similar,
not aware if Parliament is captured.
Something similar happened during that time you were talking about Section 2A. Everyone before President Moi arrived, everyone was saying that this whole thing
will not repeal.
Kitu hakuna kitu kama hiyo. And then the president got the chance to speak, and he said one word, and the entire stadium literally broke into celebration.
And then changed the tone.
And you would
That is now what we call capture.
And what happened during the finance bill? It's
no,
the
I
same
don't know.
thing
I don't know.
when they were
No, I don't know.
smiling behind the president after he said he's not going to sign the bill into law. I mean, disagree. Don't admit it.
My sister, you ask very strong questions.
Yes.
And that is what may have sent Orwoba outside. But for me, I'm a pastoralist. Mimi ni mfugaji. Mimi ziendi. Well, uliza tu.
I like it. That is good.
Uliza tu.
Iko sawa. Tulizane tu.
Let me ask you something that is more germane to your line of work, because as an East Africa legislator, you're basically working towards the integration of East Africa and perhaps one time to Pan-Africanism.
Yes.
Yeah. But if we look at what is currently happening in the East Africa community, and I asked you this question a while back when you came here, it's on the issue of cohesion. There is only cohesion on paper. We have a national anthem, or rather we have an East African anthem, but that is just words. There is no actual what I can call actions towards that integration. In terms of our trade, is it balanced, for example? And if we look at some of the things that even President Yoweri Museveni was complaining just the other day about what is happening to Ugandan goods in Kenya, should be worrying us. So again, ile jumuiya ya East Africa iko ama haipo?
Thank you so much. Now you have come to where I'm supposed to answer, because there is where I am.
Yes.
Let me educate you like what Senator was saying.
Okay. Please do.
But not that I will run away.
No. I can't wait.
What I'm telling you.
Yes.
The East African community is an economic bloc. Mm-hmm. By the way, it is the most progressive economic bloc in the world, in the sense that it is the only economic bloc that have a resident parliament. Mm-hmm. Pan-African parliament, it is actually contributory. It's like board members who are paid by their country as members of parliament, and then they just go there as board members and have sitting 4 times a year. But ours is a resident parliament where our salaries and remuneration are fully paid by the East African Community Economic Bloc.
Yes.
Again, our economic bloc is strategically placed, having been sandwiched between 2 major oceans, Atlantic Ocean to the west and Indian Ocean to the east, as well as the Gulf of Eden. This will enable us do business to the whole of the world, because we can use the Indian Ocean to do business to the far east, that is China, India, and all those countries. We can do business to the Middle East together with Europe through the Gulf of Eden. We can also do business to North America and South America through the Atlantic Ocean, that is through Kinshasa. So we are strategically placed. We are also in a tropical climate that can support agriculture, support forestry, support livestock rearing, because our climate is a tropical climate with days and nights being equal, no winter, no heat waves, and our land is arable totally, which is 1.4 billion acres. We also have a lot of lakes, freshwater lakes. The largest lake in freshwater lake, the second largest freshwater lake is Lake Victoria. The longest river in the world,
Nile,
originate from
Victoria,
East African community. So we are there. And now with the community, we had 4 pillars. We actually have 4 pillars that bind us together. That is common market pillar, the custom union pillar, the monetary union pillar, and the political union pillar. And as a child is born, it must have stages.
Yes.
First of all, crawling, and then steps by steps to running to adulthood.
Okay.
Now we have implemented 2 pillars fully. That is the common market pillar and the custom union pillar. Common market means goods from Kenya can go to any of the 8 member states. And you have seen trucks along our corridors.
Yes.
Because we have several corridors. The Nairobi, the Mombasa, Nairobi, Malaba, all the way to Kampala, all the way to Kigali and DRC is the northern corridor. There is also the central corridor, and there is a lapset. We have geofence all those corridors so that all trucks that are destined to Rwanda, if they move away from the corridor just around 20 meters, then there is an alert to the nearest police station. So our trucks are moving. Nonetheless, just like a sibling rivalry, we can lack some issues here and there, because we even have issues here between counties.
But by the time you see a president of another country telling our president this is happening,
by the time you see a governor of another county telling the other governor this is what is happening, it still does not mean that we are no longer one Kenya. We are still one Kenya.
That's
Now listen,
part.
listen.
Do you think we
you know, the custom union is another pillar, and the custom union pillar. I'm sure you have and he have a passport.
Yes,
it
I
is
do.
no longer a Kenyan passport. It is an East African passport issued in Kenya.
Deported from Tanzania.
You are deported?
I'm not even allowed to go into Tanzania.
Yeah, probably because you do not understand, because that is why I said I'm trying to educate you. Now, with these 2 pillars having been implemented, we have not yet implemented the monetary union pillar, which will give us one currency, we have not implemented the political union pillar that give us one government. So still, despite the fact that we can do business, despite the fact that our people can move freely, we still have sovereignty of each individual state, and the constitution of that individual state must be respected.
Okay.
Yes? As much as I am free to move from Kenya to Uganda, but once I am in Uganda, I'm under the constitution of Uganda. It may not be as good as my constitution of Kenya, but that is the constitution I'm under until that day East Africa does not have a treaty but have a constitution of a government called East African Government. Okay. But we have not reached their political union. We have not reached a single currency called the East African Pesa. Before that, you have your own shilling, they have their own shilling. So sometimes I find us stretching a bit too far, like telling a crawling child to run. If they don't run, then they have failed. We have not failed. It means bado hatujafikia political union. It means we cannot export our activism from Kenya to Tanzania or to Uganda. And they cannot also do likewise. Our problem politically should be with local solutions. But if we need outside support, it should be a structured manner. Okay. We had our own fair share of problems in the post-election violence of 2007, 2008. And Mkapa from Tanzania and Kofi Annan from Ghana came, but in a structured manner, because we still have sovereignty.
Manner?
No,
because
it is the country itself.
I believe you are referring to Tundu Lissu.
It is the country itself to request for that support, because we have failed to find local solutions to our local problem. But today, we Kenyans want to know how the constitution of Tanzania work and want to solve the political problem of Tanzania using the Kenyan constitution. It is not possible until we have, for God's sake, until we have
Hanifa, is that what you... solidarity. Do you know what is called a cross-border solidarity?
Yes, that is
do you understand what it means?
Yes, that is an activism word,
no, it's
which
not
does
an
not
activism word.
which does not exist in our treaty.
Okay.
You know, in our treaty, it says that once we have a political union, we'll have one government, and there will be free movement of activism from one region of the country to the other. It's like now Kenya have different governments called county governments.
Yes.
But because we still have one constitution, we have the same sovereignty, then somebody from Narok can take political activism to Turkana or to Kitui. But here, we are still restricted by the constitution. You know, the constitution of Uganda does not have a term limit for a president. You can't ask them why. There was also a time we did not have. They did not ask us why. We had a problem with our BBI. They did not export the activism into our country.
Yeah.
We had our own problem.
What does exporting activism mean?
It means somebody who is foreign to your country coming to say, in my country, this is how we do things.
No. What actually happened with Martha Karua and the former Chief Justice, Maraga and Mutunga, they are friends with Tundu Lissu. And they were attending a court session as their friend. So what exactly is so bad about that?
It is terrible.
Why?
It is a breach,
of
their
what?
constitution. It is also a breach of our own treaty. Because if today we have, how many court cases are going on in Kenya involving politicians?
So where do you draw the line between
Yes.
violation of human rights and the treaties?
No, how will it look like if all Tanzanians who are friends
They are here.
You know,
they're actually here.
And come and participate? No, it is not possible.
We have them.
By the way,
I can name them.
Our constitution may allow. But for me, you know, I'm a legislator in the East Africa Legislative Assembly. I have to read 8 constitutions. I have to read the treaty, so that when I make the law, all my bills, including the Blue Economy Bill, must align to 8 constitutions.
Yeah.
And
so
to
does
the
the
treaty.
Constitution say that the President of Tanzania has a right to abduct The citizens
no
of Kenya.
constitution, including the Kenyan constitution, have the right to abduct.
Kenyans were abducted in Tanzania and tortured.
Kenyans are abducted in Kenya. They are abducted anywhere else. I heard that they also abducted in Haiti. Some of them in Russia now. Myanmar. But we can't export our activism to another country. That one we have to.
I want us to take.
That is the bare minimum we need as the East African Legislative Assembly.
Solidarity.
No, solidarity. It does not exist in the treaty.
We take a short break.
Abduction does not exist in the treaty as well.
But it exists as a crime. A crime punishable by law.
Oh wow! So it was fair for them to be abducted and tortured.
By who?
You're saying it is okay?
By who?
By head of states.
No.
Because they're exporting their activism quota.
No, they were deported.
We're taking a short break, guys.
And they broke the law.
So being abducted is a fair thing.
They broke the law. Mother Karua was not abducted. It was
she was stopped at the
airport. She was stopped in the airport.
I was also
maybe
stopped at the airport.
Boniface Mwengi was abducted,
and
maybe by criminals. The criminal will be identified by the name. But let me tell you. Despite the fact that we have an East African passport, we still have border posts.
Okay.
And in a border post, you apply to enter a country. They have the right to admit you or to refuse to admit you because of their constitution.
Mheshimiwa, dakika tu moja, tukunywe maji, alafu turudi tuendelee na hii conversation.
Radio Generation, the home of urban soul. This week, power was tested in the corridors of leadership, economies shook under pressure, and the voices of ordinary citizens demanded to be heard. From breaking decisions in high office to protests in the streets, from moments of triumph to tragedies that stopped us in our tracks, these are the headlines that shaped our week. And beyond the noise, we search for what really matters, the connections, the context, the stories behind the stories. And this is your weekly news roundup on Radio Generation, where every headline has a heartbeat and every moment counts. This week, power was tested in the corridors of leadership, economies shook under pressure, and the voices of ordinary citizens demanded to be heard. From breaking decisions in high office to protests in the streets, from moments of triumph to tragedies that stopped us in our tracks, these are the headlines that shaped our week. And beyond the noise, we search for what really matters, the connections, the context, the stories behind the stories. Introducing Patricia Wayoa, and this is your weekly news roundup on Radio Generation, where every headline has a heartbeat and every moment counts.
Welcome back. This is Generation Report. The time right now is 4 minutes past 9 o'clock. It's our last hour. We are currently in studio with Iela Member of Parliament, David Sankok. Wacha nisalimie watu wawili watatu, as much as I might not be able to read all your messages. Zaxi asking, wapi Bashir na Mr. Komonga? Well, they'll be here tomorrow. This is ndio tuko for now, lakini yes. Sorry, they'll be back tomorrow, yeah? So every Monday we shall be having the Generation Report. It's a weekly news roundup. It used to be on Saturday, but right now it's on Monday from 7 to 10. And then we do have Willis Juma Mesema, but there's nothing which will be done. Hiyo kesi ni ya hii wiki tu. I think he's referring to the very many stories
the Kawata scandal.
And also the nini hii ya mafuta.
Yes.
Ile ingine ya kina senator, hizo zinaenda tu hivyo. Pato Onyango amesema I thought it was time for the wind down. Pato sijali, like I said, kesho. Ndungu, how are you doing? Nahum Groot, how are you doing? Peter Kimani, how are you doing? Edna Mbaso, my producer, what is she doing right now? Anafaa kwa amelala, kesho anaamka mapema sana. The Dispatch as well, Pius Muriuki Akunga, George Kimani, and then there is Rosemary Njao and Faiza Ahmed Nasir. Good morning. Good evening, guys. Boy. Mtanisamehe. Mheshimiwa, welcome back.
Thank you.
There's something that Hanifa was asking, and you said that you've interacted with 8 constitutions?
Yes, I have to read 8 constitutions so that any law I make, it align to 8 constitution and the treaty. So there are actually 9, because the treaty is a constitution that bind the East African as a community.
If you compare Kenya to our neighbors, and I know now you have to speak like an Iala MP, but if you compare us to our neighbors, and in terms of us implementing our constitution, be honest, how are we?
Our constitution is the most progressive, in fact, not only in East Africa, but in the whole world.
How so?
Because if we were to implement our constitution the way it is on paper, we will be the best country democratically.
But tunashindwa na vitu kama 2/3 gender rule.
That is where now the problem is. Implementing is a problem. And implementation is done by parliament, which is supposed to implement the 2/3 gender rule. We tried with Honorable Aden Ndwale. He was our majority leader. He brought it in the floor of the house. I supported it with some reservation that we needed to have a mosaic representation in terms of the gender top-up, because even if it is women, they are also of different categories. We have women with disabilities, so allocate them a percentage, the way we have allocated a percentage in terms of access to government procurement opportunities. Allocate the women who are youth a percentage, allocate the women from rural areas a percentage. Don't only deal with the slave queens. Allocate them a percentage also.
I remember it was during your parliament, the 12th one, that the Honorable former Chief Justice Maraga actually recommended to President Uhuru to do something about it, dissolve parliament, which obviously we never saw come to fruition.
But does the constitution allow the president to dissolve parliament? It is not. Probably Maraga of that day is a very good progressive leader. And a very intelligent legal mind.
Yes.
But that day, I think his legal mind was off network, because it is only in the old constitution which the president can dissolve parliament. In this constitution, it cannot.
All right. There's something Hanifa was asking in regards to, what the different constitutions say about some of the things that we have witnessed. You have said that people are, what is what I'm looking for, abducted by rogue elements, wherever they go. What do those constitutions of those countries say, especially if I were to go to Tanzania today and I disappear? I don't know what their constitution says about my would-be abduction.
All the constitutions that I have interacted, abduction and extrajudicial killing is a crime punishable by life imprisonment. It is a criminal offense. It is not a civil case. It's a criminal offense that if you prove, then the law will take its own course.
Yes.
And the problem is that we generalize. There was a time that we generalized the Kenyan Somalis, that they are Al-Shabaab. And actually, an Al-Shabaab is a criminal who have a name and does not carry the name of a tribe. With the same energy,
yes,
there is criminals in Uganda, there is criminal in Kenya, there are criminals in any country, including Haiti.
Yes.
And in Ukraine. And those criminals have their own individual names. The names is not the name of a country. So, and it's not the name of the president of that country. So let us deal with criminals, because their constitution, our constitution, the 8 constitutions are against abduction and extrajudicial killing.
Let's switch to more local politics. You witnessed what happened during the funeral service of former Ol-Kalou member of Parliament, Kiaraho. I don't know if you witnessed the exchange between...
May his soul rest in peace.
Yes, I don't know if you witnessed the kind of exchange we had between Senator Metho of Nyandarua, our very own president, former deputy president Rigiji, hata nimwite hivyo for now, nimesahau hiyo jina ingine, Rigathi Gachagua. Asante. Tumezoea kumwita Rigiji sana. But yes, I mean, you witnessed that, Mhesh. What do you make of that level of leadership displaying what they displayed?
I think you'll excuse me for that, because At that time, we had supplementary budget. I did not watch the news.
The supplementary budget, is it
of the East African
for Deputy President?
No, the East African community.
Oh, okay. I wanted to ask about.
So we had a supplementary budget. I was very busy.
You didn't watch the news.
I'm in the General Purpose Committee, which is an equivalent of the Budget Committee in Kenya. So I did not watch the news. I have another
question for you.
What happened actually?
Mheshimiwa didn't watch the news. Okay. Mheshimiwa didn't watch the news.
And I saw something on the social media, but nowadays social media 90% is fake.
Okay.
So I don't know if it is fake.
All right.
Yes.
There's a state, the governor of Nyeri said that he's going to run for senator. So what do you think about former governor running for senator again after their term ends? Is it something
for me,
tolerate as a country?
I think as a country we should not tolerate such nonsense. We cannot put a term limit to a president and president of a county because he's literally His Excellency the President of a county. And then all of a sudden they camouflage and now start having other ideas. And we knew, having run the resources of a county, there is nothing he can do when he have no resources. So for me, senators who are going for governors
who are
graduate,
going for senator, yeah.
I don't think the drafters of our constitution really had an idea that now they can camouflage as members of parliament, members of county assembly, and senators after they have served in the highest office in that county. I think the only thing they can now graduate to is to run as the president of a country. And because they have served their term, I think it's just honorable enough. Because we have 50 million Kenyans to give other Kenyans a chance.
So I want to say that there's a new bill actually on the same that is meant to bar former governors from vying as senators, MPs, and MCAs, citing that it's going to mess up with the auditing and accountability process.
That is a very intelligent Kenya who have brought that bill. Because you can imagine I'm the governor of Narok. And then all of a sudden I become the senator of Narok to oversight the resources of Narok County. Surely some of those audit queries will run into the time that I was in office. Do you think I will be totally independent in making that decision? There is what we call conflict of interest. Because at one time, it will be my government during that time that the audit queries have come up that I misuse public funds. Do you think I'll come and say, yes, it is true? It will be me passing the judgment, judging myself. It is totally unacceptable.
Kenyans are saying it's their right. We are a democratic country. Yeah. They can run as many times as they want and whichever seats that they want. But yeah, I
so
think
even the president now can run as an MP.
Only.
You know, there is an unwritten rule.
Yes.
That border on morality. Yes. But if people decide to be immoral, there is really no punishment we can give to people who have decided to become immoral.
President akiran kama MP after amemaliza term limit yake, alafu wamshikeshike vinyo alishika Orwoba ile wakati kidogo itakuwa tricky.
Walishika wapi? Sasa hiyo utamuuliza walishika wapi? Unajua kushikwa is not a problem.
Ni
wapi umeshikwa? Mahali umeshikwa.
Hiyo kidogo itakuwa tricky. But I mean someone of that status then coming down kidogo I mean that imbalance will be a bit tricky, yeah? But on that issue still of term limits or rather former governors running back on, I mean changing their heart and now wanting to become senators or even members of parliament. That one kidogo might have issues, because what if I was a governor, I plundered money and then I ran for senate and then now I want to oversight
what I planted.
Hiyo kidogo sitakuwa tricky.
That's what we are saying.
The auditing and accountability issues.
Because audit queries can run 10 years before. Yes.
But Mheshimiwa, we have never seen that actually happening in Kenya. Yes, we know of situations whereby governors have been questioned over probably some issues that they had, but in terms of prison sentences being passed down, we haven't seen that. Some are asked to return money, they even appeal and return part of it, but they don't return the full amount that they might have plundered from Kenyans. That perhaps should be something that is is checked on. But there's the issue of corruption, Mesh.
But the microscopic eyes of Kenyans are biased towards the elected leaders.
Okay, what do you mean?
Because it is judiciary that should sentence those corrupt governors. But do we really ask if judiciary is that independent?
Yes.
They have never passed any judgment. They have never passed any judgment, and we know money have been lost in Kenya. Definitely, money have been. I don't know how judiciary work because I'm not a legal mind.
Yeah,
I'm a medical professional.
Right.
And I may not understand how the law work, although I make the laws. But in terms of interpretation of those laws, I may be a layman. But usually, we have seen money being stolen. We have even had governors being asked to revert that money. Although there was a ruling against Waitito. Yes? Because of conflict of interest and the rest.
Okay.
So I think also Kenyans should now start not only being microscopically looking into elected leaders alone. They should also now divert some attention and some energy towards our judiciary and towards our executive. Yes. Because kila wakati, if today Mother Koome comes to a certain place and a function, she will be received quietly and honorably.
Yes.
And she will leave quietly after the function. But as a member of parliament who earn less than the Chief Justice, the president of another arm of government, wapi ya macho? Unatuacha hivyo bwana, unakaaje?
They actually enabled that behavior.
Even if
they won the election through that behavior. Handouts.
Tokenism.
Lazima upeane handouts.
It is the worst form of democracy. When it become the democracy of handouts, surely, to be frank, the salary that I earn is not as much as that one of a Chief Justice.
But it's
not as much.
It is higher than the average Kenyan.
Yeah,
no, it's not as much.
Members of parliament are the highest, literally. Wako uko juu. They are the literally highest.
The Safaricom CEO is earning 14 million a month.
All right.
Some of these CEOs of our banks earn 10 times what the member of parliament earn.
But they go to business.
Listen.
Yes.
But when I come to a function and I represent, like when I used to represent 6.5 million Kenyans with disability, if I give each of them 100 shillings, 100 only, that translates to 650 million. Where do I get that money? So I want to tell Kenyans, and you to tell Kenyans, if you ask handouts from your leaders, it is not their salary, because they have bills to clear. They have children in school. They have bills to clear, literally. What they will do is to liquidate that school that you needed, to liquidate that bridge that you needed,
the road,
to liquidate that road and give you that
money
handout.
they hide under the mattress.
The ones that the money that you are receiving from leaders, just know today from David Ole Sankok, the global geopolitician, you are not receiving money from their salary or from their businesses.
It is
you
our
are
money.
Receiving your own money. You are receiving your calabat. You are receiving your classroom. You are receiving your health center. You are receiving your road. So After receiving that money, don't ask again about the road.
But you see that comparison you made between an MP and a chief executive officer of a bank.
Yes.
You see, a bank is conducting business, so they will be paid commensurate to the business they have
and
conducted.
The profits, yeah.
Exactly, and the profits, and they will get bonuses at the end of the year. I think, for example,
a member of parliament
is a public servant.
Work, conduct a business.
Oh yeah.
You know, making law for a whole country.
Not profit making.
But it's
no,
not.
It is profit making because that is what binds us as a country. In fact, that executive officer, executive officer of that bank who is making profit, if I don't make laws to prevent crime in this country, he will be out of business. So I am more important that I protect that executive officer. The laws of him running that business, yes, the licenses are made by me. So I'm more important than him because why did he choose to run a business in Kenya and not in Haiti? Because Haiti, the laws are not there. And who make those laws? To make the environment, the business environment friendly. It is the members of parliament. So, and it is not that if I earn a salary, that Public Service Commission have said this is enough for me.
Yes.
It is my own salary, just like the salary of a CEO, just like the salary of a chief executive officer. Allow me to clear my bills and allow me to deliver development to you. But don't tell me, give me handouts, because I will not give my own salary. What I will do, I'll give you your own money. I will make that building to be in cash. So there will be no building, yet it is constructed on paper. I'll give you. I'll liquidate that highway.
I agree. We don't ask for handouts. Kenyans should not ask for handouts.
Yes.
But who do you think enabled that culture? So the members of parliament get into power by giving out handouts. Yes. So it's obvious they're going to expect handouts all the time. Every time they see you. If you give me once, I will keep expecting it again and again, because
you will be entitled.
That is where they want the citizens.
That's why I'm telling Gen Z's, please come out to my daughters and sons, register in large numbers, elect one of you who don't have handouts to give as a president, elect one of you as the governor of your respective country, because you have the numbers. Yes, let us destroy the culture of handout by kicking out all the older guards out of leadership.
You mentioned something in regards to the judiciary, and it caught my attention in terms of we having to hold the judiciary accountable. How would we do that?
The Constitution. Just read the Constitution.
Okay.
And know how you will hold the judiciary accountable. The same way you are holding us accountable.
We hold you accountable by picketing.
We tried to pass the finance bill, not we. They try, because I'm not a member of the Kenyan parliament.
Right.
And what you did was force them to accept what you wanted. Members of parliament, I was in Arusha at that time, and I saw most of them running through underground channels, some using ambulances. You know, I heard that Gen Zs were saying, kwani hii parliament imekuwa hospitali, ambulance juu karibu 10 simetoka. So they wakasimamisha ya mwisho, kusimamisha wakapata 11 members of parliament inside that ambulance. So the same way you have forced the finance bill to be retrieved, it is the same way you can also force the judiciary. You know, we are in a democratic country. Yeah, of course. Of course.
But the police are killing innocent protesters.
That is wrong.
Yeah.
And that's against the law. And that police should actually also be punished according to the law. Yeah. If it was me, the same life he have taken, his life is not also worth, or at least he should not be in public. Yes, he should be put somewhere in committee maximum where he does not interact with the public.
Yeah, the judiciary is actually lacking on that one too, because we had we saw it on the video.
Yeah,
a police officer blatantly shooting at someone who was unarmed and just selling his mask, but we can't even tell where the case is. Where is it headed? What is going to happen to him?
I believe he was charged with murder.
Yeah, he was charged. And actually, it was Kenyans who found his identity. He had his mask on.
Yeah.
But Kenyans actually, oh my, they went all out to find out who he was. and his name. Alafu sasa ndo wakakuja and they arrested him.
I look for that time to see also Gen Zs with the same energy, the same picketing.
Yes.
Wazikuwa tu ni mchele ya bunge tu. Iko pia mchele ya High Court and Supreme Court.
Yeah, we've always, I think people have always been holding them to account. Sometimes they deliver, but most of the times I think Kenyans feel like they're not doing enough. And they're actually captured.
I feel like it's easier to meet. Sorry, Mwashimwa, you're saying something?
Yes, and this issue of capture. Don't blame the capturer.
Blame
the captee. Because you have given this person a mandate to make laws independently. He decided to make law under instruction of somebody else. You see, that person who is giving them instruction is not on the wrong.
I feel like it's easier to hold a member of parliament accountable, because come an next election cycle, I'll just not vote for you if I honestly feel disgruntled, right? And we are told, actually, I think it was the speaker who just told us the other day that 56% of the current parliament is not coming back. So it's easier for me to hold you as my MP accountable. And it is easier for me to hold the president accountable, because if I feel disgruntled, I just won't vote for him. Yes? Now, when it comes to holding the judiciary accountable, I want to to honestly understand, because I do not vote for the CJ, I do not vote for any of the judges, I do not vote for the magistrates. These are officers appointed and they go up the rank in the normal kind of way.
If the judiciary is captured, vote out that institution that have captured the judiciary, if the institution is the one that is voted in. One. You say that you can hold members of parliament accountable by not voting them in.
Yes.
But do you normally wait for the election cycle? The Gen Z uprising, did they wait? That is why I'm saying even the judiciary, we can have picketing.
Yes.
You know, we have held managers, like today the nurses in Kenyatta National Hospital have
gone on strike.
Down their tools, because they want their rights, and they are holding the administration accountable. I think there are so many other ways, according to our constitution, that we can also hold judiciary accountable. You know, the way you are saying occupy parliament. Yes, what is wrong with occupying
judiciary?
You know, so just hold them accountable.
Actually had a solo protest in archives calling out the judiciary.
Yes.
It's called Lady Justice, and then the eyes were closed to signify that there's no justice here.
The judiciary is blind
because
to
we
the plight of the
must
people.
Kenyans have the right.
Because if you look at some of the issues that we are currently facing, Mesh, let's talk. Corruption is the biggest one, actually, and I believe it is the key to everything that we are currently experiencing, because we have so many corruption cases. And you mentioned Mheshimiwa Waititu here. Me, the last I checked, alifungwa kidogo wakati wa WRC, nikamwona kona president, and many other examples that we can choose. Individuals who've been caught on some serious issues to do with corruption, and then they're out here enjoying life. Others even on murder, and yet they are serving in the House of Parliament. So if we have those kinds of situations and Kenyans feel like they need to hold the judiciary to account, if they happen to go to the streets, you know, it's not like when we go to, in case of Parliament, we can go and say reject finance bill, and then a few days later it is rejected. Ukienda kwa judiciary, umepicket na umeoccupy judiciary, what will be the measure of that progress? When we wake up in the morning and then we hear a CS has been sentenced to 12 years in prison, or we hear a certain person who has killed someone has been sentenced to death, what will be the measure of that picketing?
If you try, you may see the measure and the results. Because no one thought that the Parliament of Kenya can ever be occupied, and that a finance bill that have already been passed can again be rejected. So, and we never thought that Section 2A can be repealed, but it did. You know, that time the president can dissolve Parliament. He can detain without trial, but then we have come that far. we can still go, we will see the results.
Yes.
You have just not tried. But I still come down to that issue of corruption.
Yes.
Because why cases may be decided in one way or the other is because you corrupt 900 billion and then you go to court, they fine you 1 billion. So you have 899 billion. What a return investment. What a business. No business can give you
that kind of profit margin.
Kind of profit margin. Yes. Kenyans themselves are facilitators of corruption. And I have just said, and I will still repeat.
Yes.
If you receive money from a politician, you have received corrupt money. You no longer have moral authority
to complain.
Because surely, we have seen empowerment drives. This country surely, where are we headed to?
Yeah, empowerment drives.
No, I'm saying, where are we headed to? Where one individual, who may be a member of parliament, donating a total of 30 million in a month. Yani hata kama mimi yani hata kama niko billionaire. Like na Bill Gates. Tuko na pesa ya kurusha tu namna hivi. Unarusha hiyo pesa kwa sababu huku chokea. You know, some of us who are in hospital treating.
Yes.
And you earn you feel the pain of that money. But surely, yani kila saa shika laini. Mshahara yako.
You own a resort. Do you have that kind of money to dish out?
Yeah. No. Niko na ng'ombe. Sasa nianze tu kuuza ng'ombe. Ati kesho nipatiane pale. Corruption in this country is a cancer that is now contagious. It's no longer because it is citizen. Na ndio na nitarudia tu kusema. Wewe mwenyewe ukienda kuitisha mwanasiasa pesa, na ukiita mwanasiasa akuje fundraising, no wonder Kibaki said hii fundraising kwanza iwachwe because it is a conduit of corruption. Ukienda kuitisha mwanasiasa pesa, wewe jua hiyo kalabati ya kuvuka hiyo mto ya kwenda kwako hiyo daraja ndio umepatiwa kama pesa. Sasa wewe tafuta venye uta swim across that river. Kama umeitisha mwanasiasa pesa, ile darasa ulikuwa unatarajia ijengwe hiyo shule yenu ndio watoto wapate pale ya kusomea.
Gone.
Sasa wewe mwenyewe jipangeni hapo. Kama mlimuita yeye sherehe huku kuchangia hiyo makanisa, mjipanga hapo sasa watoto wasomee kwa hiyo kanisa ama wasomee under a tree. Kwa sababu nafikiri pesa ametoa wapi ni hiyo darasa. Kama ulikuwa unatarajia lami ya kwenda kwako, wewe jipange venye utasukuma gari mana matope kwa sababu ulimuita akuje kanisa achangie hiyo kanisa, akuje anulie bishop gari. Sasa hiyo barabara imeenda kwa hiyo gari ya bishop, imeenda kwa hiyo sijui parental blessing enye amekuja. Sasa you don't have any moral authority kuitisha lami. Wewe sukuma gari wakati wa mvua. Na usikomplain.
The president of El Salvador, when he was the current president, when he was elected, I think he has now served some 2-3 years perhaps. He suspended the constitution immediately he was sworn in. And he locked up all the gang members, all the corrupt leaders. And he said that he was going to turn that country. And he did turn that country literally overnight. Perhaps we need that kind of surgical precision.
That is according to you. That is according to you. Because
tuamuke siku moja tupate kama ni Sankok kaliba 1 million ako ndani.
Yes. Na leo hii if you elect me and I suspend the constitution, you must also look at me. If I'm corrupt and I suspend the constitution, how will I detain myself?
This was a first-time president. He had never been an MP or whatever.
Oh, you have never been an MP.
Yeah,
so that's why we are asking Gen Zs. Why don't you just look for Hanifa here? Elect her. Unaona? Weka yeye pale ofisi. Sasa yeye ataweza suspend kwa sababu hata kama angetaka kuiba, hana kitu ya kuiba. Anaiba nini hapa? Hii machine hii kitu ndiye ataiba hapa. Hakuna kitu. Hata kama angependa. Sasa huyu ako clean. Lakini unajua sasa if you elect me Sankok, it will be the case of like Jesus Christ. Wakati ile mama alikuwa anataka kupigwa because she was adulterous. Akasema mwenye hajaifanya hiyo
akuwe wa kwanza kurusha mawe.
Wewe unakumbuka jioni ulikuwa wapi? Unaenda zako. So saizi ukituambia to suspend constitution and you know the front runner sasa yenye wanatafuta hii kiti ya president.
Of course that's a bit extreme. We are a country that respects the constitution. But what I'm looking at a situation whereby when our president or any president for that matter says that they will fight corruption, they actually mean what they say.
Yeah, it is true. That is the kind of leader that we want. Na tutapata tu. Tunaomba
so you are saying we don't have?
We have. Tutapata.
You know, when the microphones go off, I'll ask you a question, Mheshimiwa. I'm dying to know. I'm actually literally dying to know. Now, going forward, do you think that Kenya, and specifically, the youth, do you think they have the wherewithal to actually change this country next year? We've seen, of course, several initiatives, tuko kadi, tukaona ile ingine ya Wakenya kuandamana kule in the streets of Nairobi. We have seen several things happening around the country as far as that is concerned. Do you feel like we shall have a kind of wind change as far as 2027 next year is concerned?
I trust so. And hii vijana wamefanya uamuzi. Hii vijana
is it sufficient?
Tusicheze nao. Hii vijana watabadilisha hii Kenya. In fact, we were colonized. There was scramble of Africa after the Berlin Conference of 1880 something. And from 1880 to close to a century. Tulifikiri wakoloni wataitoka hii nchi kulingana na ile weapons wako nayo, ile akili wako nayo. We thought they will never been changed.
The investments
lakini ikakuja tu wave ya Mau fighters, majimaji ya praising, appraisal, all of them, the Nandi rebellion, na ikatokezea namna hivyo. I foresee a situation like that in these young men and women now. Wamefanya uamuzi. And I can tell you, Kenya and other African countries will be better going forward.
Have they broken?
Kenya next year. Hii mwaka yenye inakuja, you will be shocked.
Have they broken from the yoke of tribalism? Are we able to separate your sins, the ones who came before us rather, and our sins? Because several people who've sat on that particular seat, mostly politicians, have said that at the end of the day, hii kelele yote will culminate to one thing and one thing alone, and that is we shall retract to our tribal cocoons.
No one was born like an egg. Everybody belonged to a tribe. And a tribe is where we come from. But according to the youth, the way I see them, they will vote for democracy. They'll vote for development. And irrespective of where you come from, how youth wamefanya uamuzi. Wakati walikuwa naingia parliament, haikuwa demonstration kama ya zamani yenye tunajua Mount Kenya ndio wana demonstrate. Ilikuwa wafuasi wa Raila, mostly from Luo Nyanza, ndio walikuwa na demonstrate. We literally knew where the demonstration in Nairobi could come from and where they will originate. If it was led by the late Raila Odinga, we know that if you take care of Kibera and some regions there of Nairobi and take care of Kisumu, then you are done. When we had the 42 against 1 genocide mantra in Kenya in the post-election violence, God forbid that we'll never go there again, of 2007, 2008, you knew literally barabara gani itafungwa, you know, Rift Valley itakuwa no-go zone and whatever. But when it came to the youth, generation Z, you cannot tell, because they did not have any tribe, they did not have any region. What they wanted is just good leadership. They had decided that we don't want the finance bill. And that was their clarion call.
Yes.
Nothing else that mattered. Mombasa was on fire. Kisumu was on fire. Rift Valley was on fire. Mount Kenya was on fire. Everywhere was on fire. And if you see those faces, by there I don't normally want to see, but one of my boys is studying civil engineering.
Yes.
In somewhere, I don't want to mention, but in a university in Kenya, well recognized. He was in public school throughout his life.
Okay.
I never take my children to private schools or to private hospitals, because if I don't believe what I'm in charge of, then I don't have any moral authority to earn from the same coffers.
Okay.
If I don't believe on my government and I earn from
the
taxpayers, then why should I be earning from there? If today my hotel, I don't believe in it, I should close it down.
Okay.
If I'm a member of parliament and I don't believe on public hospitals, I should resign. Yes, I should go away. So I saw my boy, he was wearing a mask, and he was wearing that thing of our Jacoya. When Durag. I saw a TV, I don't know what is the name of that.
Inaitwa Durag.
Yes, when my eyes, met the eye contact with my boy on TV, I was in Arusha. I saw surely it is him. But when I called,
alikuwa kwa maandamano?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
And then when I called, I told him, hey, kijana, where are you? Kaniambia, unajua wewe uliniambia sisi tujifungia kwa nyumba tusiende maandamano. Surely nimeona. But I just prayed for God to protect him. And then so on. So what I'm trying to say is that they did not even know that we are government, because I'm a UDA member of parliament, elected on a UDA ticket by members of parliament. That is the electoral college that elected me, but on a UDA ticket. And these are UDA government. But you can imagine your own, if you see your own son. And you remember, the Attorney General was just
in a similar situation.
And kijana wake alikuwa pia kwa maandamano. You remember also huyu jamaa anaitwa nani huyu, another member of parliament. Most of them, they don't only want to admit, but all our kids did not even care if we are part of the government.
They were against that finance bill.
It is finance bill. So if today, this youth, mark my words, and take it to the bank, if they decide you'll go home, hata ufanye nini? Hata ukimbia namna gani? Hata uongee namna gani? Hata nimekuambia finance bill according to me haikuwa mbaya. Unasikia? Kulingana na mimi. And if I was given a chance to explain,
yes,
I will have convinced those youth. Lakini kwa sababu wamesema ni mbaya.
One of them is here.
Lakini kama kwa sababu wamesema ni mbaya na wamesema hatutaki, kwani sheria tunatengenezea nani? Si tunatengenezea Wakenya.
Exactly,
na Wakenya wakisema hatutaki,
yes,
si hawataki.
Hatutaki.
So kwa nini I can tell my colleagues, the leaders, you can run but you cannot hide. Wakisema wakutaki leo, venye tu walisema na finance bill, haki ya Mungu, hata ufanye nini, hata uwapatie nini, wewe kimbia tu, uwapatie pikipiki, uwapatie pesa, uwapatie nini, wakusema wakutaki, hawakutaki. Hata vijana wa viongozi wenye wali vote yes kwa finance bill walikuwa far from kwa maandamano.
I have a feeling even some of your colleagues in parliament are probably one time ni venye hawatasema. Ni venye hawata admit live.
Come out, you can't bite the hands that feed you.
By the time your son or daughter is out there in the maandamano, trust me.
Lakini wacha nikwambie, hata mimi mwenyewe najifaitia nisikue one term. So you are saying one term in reference to who? If it is in reference to me, mimi naongea na vijana, niwaambie mimi sikuange mbaya vile. Hata mkifukuza wengine, haki ya Mungu,
mimi usinifukuze.
Kwani amuogopi Mungu, amuogopi dhambi. Mimi nikiwete tu ya Mwenyezi Mungu. Kila mtu ajitetee sasa. Kwa sababu hao vijana, I am telling you, hao vijana. You are gone.
But mheshimiwa,
na mimi naomba tu wa vijana. Sasa sio ile kitambaa ya bendera ya Kenya na ile simu, ni kadi sasa. So mchukue kwa wingi. Kama mtaki Sankok, so be it, kwa sababu hakuna vijana ni kama maji
inaosha.
Wow.
Mheshimiwa,
okay, he's giving me a lot of hope as a youth and as a young Kenyan.
Yeah, he is.
But it's the reality. No, I'm not giving you hope because mimi siko hapa kukupatia hope. Lakini that is the reality I'm talking about.
The reason I was talking about, them getting back to their cocoon of tribalism and so on and so forth.
No, they cannot. Ooh, hapana.
Clock it.
By the way, kuna siri mingi mimi sitaki kusema. Baada ya finance bill,
ni usiku hakuna mtu anasikia.
Baada ya finance bill, niliita 33 from each county.
Okay.
So 3 times 47. Nikaita 4 leaders from every public university in Kenya. Na nikakaa nao kwangu nyumbani. Nikawachinjia ng'ombe 2. Na nikaongea nao. Na nikawasikiza. They are determined. Hawana tribe. I invited them. 3 from every county. Sorry, you are not there. But your colleagues came, and if you ask them, 4 leaders, that is the chairman of every university, because I was also a SONU president when I was in the University of Nairobi. So the president of every university, the deputy president of every university, the treasurer, and the secretary general. 4 from all our public universities.
Ng'ombe ni ngapi tena?
2. Lakini ile kubwa. Ile yenye iko na kilo 400-500. So iliwatosha vizuri. Na walilala kwa hoteli yangu, wengine wanalala karibu 4 kwa kitanda ama 5. Unajua vijana wana shida, wengine walilala around the bonfire. Yes, na tulikaa siku, yani walifika leo tukakaa usiku nikiwasikiza tu. Mpaka kesho asubuhi nikawasikiza tu. Haki ya Mungu. Pembelezeni hao vijana.
Yeah.
Because wameamua. Unaona venye mama waliamua. Panga amea panga yenye hata imerust. Na wakafukuza wazungu wenye wako na mandege.
But mheshimiwa, watu tunaita youth, si ndio wanapanga hii mambo iko Kikuyu? For example, tuliona the chaos we saw of the weekend. Senator Osotsi was attacked. He wasn't attacked by your age mates. He was attacked by probably people who are, if not younger than Hanifa, perhaps, much younger.
They're very young, actually. If you meet them face to face, I've met goons during the protest.
Right.
They are young. And they're very scared.
But I can tell, and no, they are not scared.
Scared or scary?
Mtu wanapigwa hapa, mtu amelala na wanaruka kuingia ndani ya bunge. Watu, they are not scared.
No, I meant the goons.
Hawana shida, ni kama mamau. Now, when it comes to the issue of goons, I don't know. I didn't want you to drag me to that.
But you're a Kenyan, Lazima, you have to comment on it.
I really don't want you to drag me.
If leaders don't speak on it, then who will?
But surely, we have the Interior Ministry. It is supposed to protect us from fellow Kenyans. Because KDF is supposed to protect us from external forces, external criminals. But for the internal criminals, who are actually literally Kenyans, are under the docket of Interior Ministry. We pay them to protect us. If it is the opposition leaders who are ferrying goons, they don't have any salary to protect their supporters or to protect themselves. If it is the government, if it is the president going there, it is the Interior Ministry who is supposed to protect each and every Kenyan and the property of Kenyans.
Yeah.
So this pointing of fingers that the opposition may be sometimes that wanajipiga
wamejiorganizia goons.
Who is being paid to protect them? Who is being paid to protect them? Unajua hizi sheria ya Kenya inasema hata wewe ukichoma nyumba yako utashikwa.
Ason.
Utashikwa. Hata kama ni nyumba yako. Because it is the Interior Ministry na the government of Kenya that is supposed to protect, including your own property, from your own self.
And my own life.
And your own life. So, I think we should forget about the blame game. The Interior Ministry must protect all Kenyans. And any Kenyan who is a criminal does not carry the name of a tribe, does not carry the name of a region. He carries his own name, like David or Sankok. He should be treated as so. My name in my national identity card is David Ole Sankok. Is not Masai blah blah blah. Is not Narok blah blah blah. I have a name. That criminal have a name. Let us deal with those criminals.
Yes.
A politician have a name. Is not the community. Is not the tribe. Is not the region. Treat William Ruto as William Ruto. As an individual. Don't treat it. It does not carry the name of the Kalenjin. If you see the identity card of William Ruto, it is written William Samoe Kipchirchir Arap Ruto. There is nothing that Kalenjin come in, Nandi come in, or Kipchirchir come in. Let us treat a politician, if they make a mistake, as that individual person who can be taken to court and can be sued. Do you know you cannot sue a tribe? Or you have never known that?
I know.
You cannot sue a region.
You can't.
It is not an entity.
You can't sue a religion.
Yes. So the Interior Ministry, forget the blame games. Mention the individuals.
Speaking of...
mention the individuals.
Yes.
If the goons are attacking a political rally of an opposition leader, it is not the duty of that opposition leader to protect himself. It is the duty of the Interior. Because we are paying. Even that opposition leader is paying taxes. Even if it is that opposition leader who is sending goons to his own meeting, get the goons, let them mention their
boss.
Investigate. If it is true, get him. Not as you cannot sue opposition, but you can sue Rigathi Gachagua. You can sue Fred Matiang'i, because they are individual. They are captured by the Kenya Constitution. But you can't just say an amorphous statement that some of these opposition leaders nowadays, they are referring goons from point. So who is supposed to prevent us from goons? Who is supposed to make sure that they have raw intelligence, they receive intelligence, and prevent those goons from being ferrying to one region to another? Who is supposed to disarm the goons? It is the police service.
You mentioned the executive here in terms of the CSs, or rather the ministries. There's one ministry that has been in the headlines lately, and that is the Ministry of Energy, that is headed by CS Opiyo Wandayi. Today he appeared before Parliament to answer a couple of questions here and there. And from what we saw, a lot of questions, well, not a lot, but simple questions were asked, but it took a very long time to get to the answers. What is the problem with our energy situation? The entire world obviously suffering from what is happening in the Middle East, but it seems like Kenya is suffering more, to the point whereby even the president of Nigeria is mentioning us in his speech, saying that Nigerians should be happy that they are not like Kenyans rather. What is the issue with the energy in Kenya?
Have the prices of palm prices of fuel have it increased?
We are expecting a statement.
Let us thank God.
Yeah.
When that time come, because you are expecting, and your expectation are not biblical truth, if that time come, you call me back here and I'll come and answer. But at the moment, our government have done what it can. It have saved us from the economic fuel crisis that the whole world is facing. We have not seen any surge in the fuel pump prices. Let's give credit where it is due. Whether there are issues here and there, probably those who have resigned were the ones who will have caused us some problems.
The issue of competence has arisen.
The government have done its work. No, it is very competent. If the fuel prices have not increased as per today, because I had fuel my car today, I came from Narok.
But that is what the G2G deal was supposed to do, caution Kenyans against the high cost of fuel.
We thank God for that person who brought the G2G agreement,
so,
and that is none other than the President of the Republic of Kenya, and he have actually cautioned Kenyans. On that, we give the credit. Yes, whether you like it or not.
But there are issues too regarding the G2G deals.
Which issues?
The external companies the companies involved, private companies. There's so many issues.
As a
There's
Kenyan,
been so many issues since the past few weeks.
As a Kenyan, what are you interested in? Is for you to be cushioned so that you are not affected. I heard that probably some people were predicting that by now fuel will be around 300 Kenya shillings per litre of petrol.
He's given
it
2
have
weeks.
Not gone there.
The CS has given us 2 weeks for that.
It have not gone there. The CS has given 2 weeks.
Yeah, we have been told the fuel that we have currently can only go for 2 weeks. But he has said there is more coming. But I'm currently what we have in the reserves, 2 weeks.
By the way, if you are cushioned for a month, and then again you are charged the way other countries are charged currently, you will thank the government for cushioning you for a month. Yes. So let us learn to be appreciative and give credit where it is due. Surely, but fuel prices in other countries have just skyrocketed as we speak now. But Kenya, we still have the same price that we had before the crisis of the Ukraine-American war. So we can say thank you. Yeah? We can say thank you to our government for what it have done.
All right.
If it will increase in future, you call me here, then I'll comment. But for now, I can just say, hallelujah, alhamdulillah, ama mnasemanga aje nyinyi.
Ndio hiyo tu. Wanasemanga hizo zote.
That at least for now. Hata saizi nikitoka hapa labda tafuta total ama shell up niweke mafuta. Na bado najua price ni hii hiyo tu.
Ndakuwa hapo nyuma yako tu. Now, last but not least, as we complete on the weekly roundup, because that is what today was all about. As we put, basically that cap. You said that you wouldn't want to mention, you wouldn't want to comment on what happened during the MP for Al-Kalau's burial is concerned, but there was this issue with Senator Methu of Nyandarua County saying that he respects the president but doesn't fear him. Then we had Honorable Gachagua saying that he was more or less looking like anaombea rais ruhusa ya kuongea katika hicho kikao ambacho alikuwa na president, akakuja akasema hahitaji kuombewa ruhusa mahali popote Kenya, which is actually very true. That is the exchange that, and of course I'm paraphrasing here because a lot of different words were used in there. It all boils down to decorum as far as public speaking is concerned and public engagement by our politicians is concerned. You have had the chance to speak in different fora in front of your constituents and so on and so forth. Do you think it is a good thing, it is an okay thing to have that kind of exchange in light of what the country is currently facing, as opposed to facing issues people get personal?
I was voted in by members of parliament on a UDA ticket.
Right.
And they will hold me accountable.
For sure.
For every speech that I make. And nowadays, I'm a diplomat because to be a member of parliament in the East African Legislative Assembly, you have to be a diplomat so that you don't bring confusion and diplomatic row between the member states. You can't speak against a term limit of a president, while in other countries there is no term limit of a president. I have just given
yes.
So it is Kenyans to hold those leaders accountable. I did not see those exchanges.
Okay.
But Kenyans will make a decision in 2027 and know who crossed the boundary, crossed the line. Because there is a thin line between freedom of speech, freedom of expression, and what, in quotes, you say, was it befitting? Was that speech befitting a leader? So because that line is so thin, it is up to now Kenyans to determine who crossed the red line in terms of their speech and vote them out or vote them in or do otherwise in the 2027 general election.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Mheshimiwa. We've come to the end of the show, but before we go, salamu zimfikie John Joseph amesema anauliza are Masais still with Ole Sankok? Then the more fierce amesema, cameraman tafadhali weka kamera kwa Hanifa. Hao wengine tunaweza wasikia tu bila kuwaona. That is how we come to an end. Hanifa, parting shots.
Well, today has been intense, but it was a good show. Thank you for coming, Mheshimiwa. We argue with a lot of things and disagree, but I'm glad it didn't work out. I just want to encourage Kenyans, as Mheshimiwa here has said, he believes so much in the power of the youth, the wave that we carry, the hope, the dreams for this country. So msi give up, na mchukue kadi.
All right. Msi give up, mchukue kadi. Mheshimiwa, hope to see
mimi niko kadi.
Uko kadi eh?
Mimi niko kadi, mimi ni mpiga kura hapo Wala Sangale Primary School, Narok Township Ward, Narok North, Narok County, of course in the Republic of Kenya. Na ndapiga kura. Kwa hivyo naomba tu wana youth, tafadhalini, ile silaha ambao uko nayo ni kadi. And I've seen in your eyes your determination, your energy, your resolve, your passion to change this country. And we all depend on you to change the country. The way we depended on the Mau Mau, the Nandi rebellion, we now squarely depend on Gen Zs.
But it should be everyone's fight, Pia. Everyone should support.
We support you where we can. And we hide where we may not be wanted. Nikiona youth wakikuja, unaona venye walikimbia kwa channel. Unaona venye walitumia ambulance. Unafikiri mbunge kitambaa akubali kuingia kwa ambulance wing na niende anatorokeshwa na sio mgonjwa.